Welcome to the channel and welcome to this 1750 point match play game between Chaos Space Marines and Adeptus Mechanicus. Today on the channel, our eye descends on this battle grid where my Adeptus Mechanicus force have been exploring and they've unearthed this ancient ruin here. Unfortunately, this ancient ruin belongs to the forces of Chaos, and the Chaos force, the Chaos Space Marine force, will be spilling onto this battle grid to push the Adeptus Mechanicus back. Now, my Adeptus Mechanicus force are supported by some Armiger Warglaves. I've got a super heavy detachment. I imagine that the Warglaves have been outriding across the plains here, across the green wastes, looking for stuff. And as the Adeptus Mechanicus have drawn themselves into this battle grid, they've called on the help of the Armiger Warglaves because the Eternal Slaughter Chaos Space Marine Warband are here to push them back again. So this is going to be a 1750 point match play game. We're going to be playing Cleanse and Capture from the main rulebook, the Maelstrom of War game, which is 3 cards a turn every turn. Cleanse and Capture because the Adeptus Mechanicus want to capture this site, and Cleanse because, well, maim, kill, burn. That's what the Eternal Slaughter, that's what the Khorne Berserkers will be trying to do on this site. And we're going to be playing Dawn of War deployment. We don't know who's got what table edge yet, but as you can see, it's quite nicely spread out. In fact, there's 2 in this deployment zone, there's 2 in the other deployment zone over there, and 2 in the middle. And interestingly enough, there's some rather large line of sight blocking terrain in the middle of the table. I don't think I've ever mentioned that before. And vehicles won't be able to go up into ruins, so the vehicles will have to go around one way or go around the other. Only infantry will be clambering all over that place. As for these terrain pieces, so long as you're wholly within the terrain piece, you're going to be getting +1 to your cover save as well. So plenty of cover here, plenty of cover there, but lots of large line of sight blocking terrain in the middle of the table, which will make it very interesting. Do the forces come this way around the mountain, or do they go the other way around the mountain? These objective tokens as well, they're available on the deploymentzone.tv website. If you go to the merchandise page, and if they're not there, they will be there very soon, and they show the deploymentzone.tv logo. They're from Cromlech, or you can go straight to Cromlech, go to their web page and find them out. While we're doing shout outs, the mat is from gamemat.eu, and while we're also doing shout outs, I'm here with Liam. Liam from deploymentzone.tv. How you doing?
Fantastic.
You are a legend. Do you know why you're a legend?
No.
Because someone pulled out of this game, and you answered the call, lastminute.com. I said, please come down and help me, and like a hero, you drop podded in on this location, and you brought the Forces of Chaos with you, so thank you very much.
That's all right, just locked the kids in the kitchen and just left them.
Left the kids in the dungeon. Liam has turned up to fill this slot, so thank you so much. And fighting you is always a pleasure, never a chore. And 1750 points. I'm really looking forward to seeing how my Penitent Forge do against your Khorne Force army thing, because I haven't fought your army yet with this army.
No, we touched the Tyranids against them on DZ.
Yes, we did.
And that's live now.
Is it?
It will be when this video goes up anyway.
Cool. Yeah, that was good. That was one big, well, I've got High Fleet Kraken coming forward really quickly, and you have the Eternal Slaughter coming forward very quickly, and there was a lot of blood, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
This one is going to be a bit more classic. I've got a shooty list, but I've also got some mobility because of those Warglaves. You've just got, well, you've got 7 weapons that actually go bang in your army. The rest is all teeth and claws and axes.
6 weapons.
6 in this
7's
one.
in 2K.
Okay. So the 6 also includes the combi weapons on the rhinos,
yeah, that
right?
includes 3 combi bolters, 2 bolt pistols, and a combi melter. That's the 6 weapons. That's it.
Other than that, you're just going to be punching.
Yeah.
As they rampage forward and try to defend this site, try to cleanse this site from falling into the hands of the Imperium. Let's go and have a look at these armies. This is my Mechanicus detachment. It's a battalion with a super heavy detachment up there, not an auxiliary, just a super heavy detachment. The battalion gives me those 8 command points there, so 5 plus the 3, and these are 3 separate drops, and because they consist only of Armiger Warglaves, I don't get any additional command points here. My AdMech force is Martian, so I'll be using the Mars Forge World Dogma. These are my 2 HQs here. The Tech Priest Dominus will be my Warlord, and I'm picking the Warlord trait because I get 2 Canticles of the Omnissiah. There's a Warlord trait that you can pick which allows you to re-roll. But you can only re-roll the first dice, not the second dice. So I roll a dice and re-roll it if I don't like it, and then I roll a second dice. So I'm getting 2 Canticles, some movement there. Then a Tech Priest Engine's here with him as well. And I forgot what relic I gave this guy. Let me just check. I gave him the Patacog Tooth, which is a better Omniscient Axe. A damage 3 axe because the army I'm going up against is very choppy. So if he gets in close combat, he might want to chop back again. I've got 8 troops. Lots and lots of troops. So 4 units of 7 Skitarii Rangers. There's a couple of arc rifles and a couple of transuranic arquebuses in that squad. And then these squads are naked. And then over here, 4 troops. 4 units of 6 Skitarii Vanguard. And the 2 squads at the front have arc rifles. The 2 squads at the back are naked. And here is GSO1, the Titan Killer himself, for those of you keeping score. And then in the backfield, I've got 2 robots. I thought about getting the shooty variants originally, but then I thought, no, I don't want a gun line which just stays back and shoots. Liam's going to be coming at me, so I might as well go at him as well. It'll be funner. So I brought 2 of the punchy robots there, 2 Onage Dune Crawlers with neutron lasers, and then of course 3 Armiger Warglaves, all with thermal spears. I've given them the Questor Mechanicus House Volcar. Basically, because it is a detachment, I can make one of them a character. So this one there is a character. So he can heroically intervene if he wants to. And House Volcar is reroll shots of 1 so long as I'm shooting at the closest thing. Yep, House Volcar, Firestorm protocols. They have to be Questor Mechanicus. Otherwise I can't heal them because Tech Priest Dominus, Tech Priest Engineers can heal Questor Mechanicus Knights. But they can't heal Questor Imperialis Knights because it says units with this keyword, Questor Mechanicus. So I think I'm going to be using Volcar going forward because re-rolling hit rolls of 1 is the closest thing is probably the simplest thing to do, and I won't forget it. So lots and lots and lots of troops. Actually a little bit of speed with those knights there. Of course they won't be able to climb up and over that ruin in the middle of the table, but I can block off one side or the other potentially. And I've got the robots going forward and lots of bodies for Liam to nom his way through, or in this case, chop his way through. Right, let's go and have a look at the Eternal Slaughter. Right, this is just south of 1750 points worth of Chaos Space Marines with a Demon Patrol detachment. You've got a battalion and a what?
Spearhead, heavy support choice.
And a Spearhead at heavy support choice. So if you want to talk me through these Chaos Space Marines.
Right, we'll start with the battalion, and at the front we've got the Warlord. He's a Dark Apostle. He has a combi melter, and he's got the relic, the Black Mace. As the Warlord trait I've given him is Flames of Spite, essentially 6 pluses to wound, cause more wounds.
Nice.
And if he causes a wound in the fight phase, i.e. you can take a casualty, you roll another dice on a d6, the unit takes another, sorry, on a roll of a 6, the unit takes another mortal wound.
He's got a gun.
Yeah, combi melter, I said.
One of the ones with the gun.
That combi melter that terrorised you previously against your Tyranids. He's quite good with that combi melter, actually, especially on Watch.
Yeah.
So he's decent. His second in command is a Exalted Champion. He's just got a Bolt Pistol and a Power Maul. Exalted Champions allow me rerolls to wound in the fight phase, and the Dark Apostle allows me reroll fail to hits in the fight phase.
And this is the Dark Apostle.
So anything within a 6-inch bubble of either of those get reroll hits and reroll wounds.
I think at this stage, because these models are absolutely gorgeous, now is the time to talk about the painting studio. These guys were all painted up by Blazing Brush Studio, which looks a bit like this. So they're a commission painting studio. Check them out if you want to get some gorgeous models like this done. What is this? This is Age of Sigma stuff converted with Space Marine stuff to make a very unique, ornate looking feel look.
It's Khorne, Bloodbound, Age of Sigma, along with the 30k Legion Space Marine stuff combined.
It is pretty. It is very pretty. Okay, so those are your 3 HQs. Then you've got 3 troops. Are these all called Berserkers?
Yeah, so I should mention that third HQ, he's also an Exalted Champion. He's kitted out the same as him.
Okay.
We then have 3 units of 7 Khorne Berserkers.
Yes.
Don't scream at me. The reason why they're 7 is because a character goes in each squad to make 8. And there's the fluff.
There's the 8. 8 being Khorne's number, right?
Of course. And each squad is kitted out exactly the same. So you have the champions, the Chaos Champions, who have a Power Fist and Chainsword.
Is this a special weapon?
No. That's just because it looks cool from the Khorne Age of Sigmar kit. Okay. So the champion's got the power fist here, and then you've got the banner bearer who's got the icon of wrath.
What does that do?
It allows me to reroll failed charges.
Nice, very important for Khorne Berserkers.
Very, very important, because if you look at the rest of the squad, same as all 3 squads, there are no range weapons at all.
Right.
They're all rocking chain swords and chain axes.
Okay.
Because of additional attacks. Basically, I get a free extra attack for having a chain sword, and chain axes are +1 strength, -1 AP. So that's important for them. It makes them lethal.
Swing away with the axes, and an extra dice roll on the chainswords is the best way of doing it. And Death to the False Emperor. And probably worth mentioning that these guys are normally elites or something, but in a Khorne army, in a Berserker army, they count as
troops. In a World Eaters army, which is what I run these as, they count as a troops choice instead of elites.
Oh, I like it.
And being chain axes as well gives them +1 strength. Their base strength is 5.
Right.
So that means their strength 6, which means things that are toughness 3, like Skitarii, are wounded on 2.
So you're going to be hitting a lot, wounding on 2s a lot, and Khorne Berserkers get to fight twice.
Yeah, they're rocking 4-ish attacks each, 2 with a chainsword, 6 with a chain axe.
Yeah, and they do that twice.
Yeah.
And what a Khorne, that's the World Eater special rule, is it fight twice, right?
The World Eater special trait gives me +1 attack on a turn that I charge.
Right.
The fighting twice is just a Khorne Berserker thing, so they're 2 attacks base is standard, +1 for having a chainsword, +1 for being World Eaters, which gives them 4, and they can fight twice for being Khorne Berserkers to give them 8 attacks.
So it does seem incredibly dirty. However, you've only got 6 guns.
Yeah, so and
if you don't manage to get the charges in, you're going to get shot to pig.
That's 3 of these sharpshooting rhinos. So I've got 3 Chaos Rhinos with combi bolters on top, 1 each, and that's their weapons. That's their range weapons, basically. That's my longest range I've got. 24-inch range combi bolter. Cool. So fear that.
So the 3 HQs, 1 extra HQ unlocks the spearhead, which is back here.
And that's 3 Mauler Fiends. They're bog standard Mauler Fiends with lasher tendrils. You will notice the conversion work where he's taken the heads from Blood Crushers from the Demon's box and stuck them on to make them look Cerberus type demon engines. I think they look incredible.
Cerberus, defending the gateway to hell.
Yeah.
And you've all got the lasher tendrils on there, right?
Of course, that's 6 extra attacks.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
10 attacks.
Yeah.
And with Demon Forge, re-rolling a hit, re-rolling a wound. These guys are brutal as well. And don't they heal a wound a turn or something?
They do. So they have Infernal Regeneration. They've got a 5 demonic save. Infernal Regeneration gives them a wound back every turn. And the demonic save is an invulnerable, and they all got those standard.
Nice. So, and I like the fact that you've chucked them in here as well, because it just adds to the list. It's more swords and slashing and hacking and slaying, so more death killing. I like it.
Importantly as well, they do benefit from rerolling to hit and to wounds from these dudes as well.
Do they?
It's not just infantry that affects, so they'll get that benefit too.
Cool.
They don't just need Demon Forge.
And I see demons.
You do. So against the Tyranids we didn't bring these, but this time I bought a Patrol detachment of Chaos Demons to show these off.
Right.
We have a Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage.
Right.
Big and angry.
Yes.
And then we have the 10 Bloodletters as the obviously mandatory troops choice for the Patrol detachment.
Okay.
He's horrifically good if he gets there in time. The problem is you could get shot off the board because he's not less than 10 wounds.
Right, okay, so can target him.
You can, yes.
And you could choose to summon these guys in if you want to.
I can choose to summon them, but to do that the character has to stand still, so it's more likely that we're going to spend one of my 9 command points to put them in Deep Strike Reserve.
Right, because he really doesn't want to stand still.
No.
He wants to come charging forward and hit things with his big axe.
And the Khorne Demon benefit, if you take Khorne Demons in the Codex and you stay with pure Khorne, is that any unit within 6 inches of a Khorne character model, i.e. the Bloodthirster, gets to reroll failed charges.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
And they have Unstoppable Ferocity, that gives them +1 attack, +1 charge. +1 attack, +1 strength on the charge. The Bloodletters get that too.
So lots of overlapping, lots of combinations here. A beautiful general will be able to make this army sing. Have you made it sing yet? Have you made it sing?
I've made it sing a few times. It's one of my favourite armies to command at the moment, just because it's absolutely brutal and it's kind of quick. We have a rapid movement phase, no psychic phase, very little shooting phase, and then we have the Khorne phase.
Cool. The Khorne phase.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's go on to deployment. And we deployed for this 1,700 point game of Cleanse and Capture, 1,750 point game of Cleanse and Capture. 1 unit Khorne Berserkers up this end, and a couple of nom-nom creatures. And then 2 more units of Khorne Berserkers down this end with your demon and another nom-nom creature. Where's your Warlord?
Warlord's in this one.
Yeah.
Exalted Champions in the other 2.
Right.
Bloodletters in Deep Strike Reserve.
And did you pay for the command point thing, or are you going to summon them in?
Paying for it now.
Paying for it now. Okay, cool. So it's all very simple for you, isn't it? And obviously you got the drop of me, got all your stuff down way beforehand. I thought maybe you would overload one side, either one side or the other, but you've decided to spread it out a little bit. And facing up against you, I put all 3 knights down this end of the battle grid, supported by the Tech Priest engines here and one of the units of Rangers. And that's it. There's only one objective here. There's one under here as well, I think. Under there? Yeah, one under there as well. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, there's 3 thermal spears looking at your monstrous creatures right there. I suppose, tactically speaking, you could just go that way and get away, rather than come at them. It's up to you. Depends how corny you're going to be.
Normally I would try and overload a flank, and I probably should have overloaded this flank, but you put Warglaives there. The thing is, overloading this flank, I've learned this lesson in the past in another game. There's a real bottleneck here, and because I want all the Mauler Fiends and Rhinos through at once and try and hit you everywhere, if I bottleneck myself, I can sort of drip feed things through, and you just eat them with neutral lasers and flamers and all sorts of stuff.
So worried about the bottleneck, you split up. And note on the train, we're quite happy for vehicles to go up this way, no problem. But when they get to the top, they're going to be stuck because vehicles can't go through the sheer rock faces, but they can climb up them and climb back down them again. But the sheer rock faces are going to be blocked off. So that you'll be able to get a bit up here and then stop. So long as there's a step in front of the next step. On this terrain, we both agreed that that's going to be okay. It's like driving up a hill. So Armored Warglaives down this end. I built my castle up this end. Once I started seeing demons appearing on the left side of the battle grid, I thought, ooh, okay, let's put the neutron lasers down here. So neutron lasers with my warlord. And you'll see that most of the troops are here as well, ready at the screen. So Rangers. There's a unit of Vanguard there. I didn't know what to do with the robots, so put them in the middle so they can go right or left. They can support to the right or support to the left of me. These guys can start climbing up and over. Maybe get the one in the middle. Maybe. So it's going to be very bottlenecked, very interesting to see how people move. Liam could just go wah and charge forward, right and left, all over the place, which is a tactic. That's certainly a tactic. Really. Or he could pull around one way or the other. Of course, these cards are going to have a say as well. What are the orders coming in from High Command? So let's find out who goes first. We need to roll off. Now, I know it's the original rule book, but we're going to use the chapter approve rule. So we're going to roll a dice, and you get +1 to the dice roll. I got down way after you. So can you beat a 1? Can you get more than a 1? Yes. 1 + 1 is 2.
It's a good start to the game.
Yeah, unless I manage to steal the initiative, which I haven't done forever.
Stealing's bad.
No, stealing isn't happening. So we're going to go on to Chaos Space Marines. Turn 1. Here are the orders for the Eternal Slaughter, and they are music to their ears. Blood and Guts, kill something in the assault phase. Kingslayer, kill the king, kill my warlord, and secure objective 6, which is in their deployment zone. And here we are after the movement phase for the Forces of Chaos. And as you can see, there's been a big shift from the right to the left as the Rhinos and the Mauler Fiends come rampaging around this way. Rhinos advancing, this one advancing, this one advancing, the demon advancing.
Everything advancing.
You're within 3 inches of objective 6. That's objective 6 down there. So that is 1 point. And you've shifted from the left to the right. So there is no psychic phase, right?
No, done.
What about shooting? Are you shooting?
I pop smoke and everything's advanced, so no shooting.
What about charging?
No, it's all advanced, I can't charge.
So that's it.
That's my turn. we moved away from the armigers because they're quick, but they're 3 thermal spears, whatever they're called, and they can fight back, and they're quite frightening. So I thought, let's come and hit this soft, squishy stuff instead, and make you chase around.
What about the bottleneck thing?
Yeah, it is a concern, but I think running those 3 vehicles at those 3 thermal spears and chainsaws is just a silly idea.
But the Khorne Berserkers you could pile the Rhino up there and they could get out, and there's an objective there.
Yeah, I could have.
And there was an objective here. You've left the Rhino.
This like that.
Right.
See? And then I can, get out sort of 3 and then 6 and then run across that way.
Yeah.
I can do that next turn if I want to, or I can just keep piling that Rhino around.
Are you leaving that there now instead of there?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Why not?
It's not chess. If you want to leave it there, you can leave it there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
No, that's okay. Perfect. So So that's fine. That's the end of the Eternal Slaughters turn 1. You get a point. No first blood. No anything. Let's go on to... Oh, I should mention, with my re-rolling and everything, I've got Shroud's Arm, which I don't really need. But I have got re-roll hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase with my Adeptus Mechanicus doctrines. Canticles of the Omnissiah. That's what I mean. Canticles of the Omnissiah. So let's go on to Admech turn 1. Here are the orders for the Penitent Forge. They want to control this battle grid. Supremacy, get any 3 objectives for D3 points. I'm not going to be able to do that. A quest for lost knowledge. Score D3 victory points if I control an objective marker that was controlled by my opponent at the start of the turn. And I'm not going to be able to do that either, maybe. Defend objective 2. Fortunately, I am stood on that one. Okay, here we are after the movement phase for the Penitent Forge. As discussed, I can't get Supremacy this turn. I'm only on 2 objectives. This one here, which the squad of Rangers are on, and this one up here. So I'm on 2. This is objective 2 though. I've started to defend it, double teaming it with these 2 teams. This squad came from around there. This squad came down from this piece of terrain, moving around onto objective 2, and the screen moves forward. There was a squad up there which is pulled down. That's them. So I've got 2 screens here and a place which isn't large enough for a, what's this thing called?
Bloodthirster.
Bloodthirster. Of jump up, of insensate jump up and land their rage. Can't put it there because you've got to keep your base away 1 inch away from the enemy model. So that's because I couldn't pull the squad enough to close the gap with that squad. Couldn't bring them in close enough. But it's far enough to stop the Bloodthirster from jumping up and over. And then the second line went forward and the first line went forward. And so the double screen is there. So lots and lots of screening against the neutron lasers. Not that 2 neutron lasers is much of a castle, but it can hurt the Bloodthirster, can hurt the Mauler thing, can hurt the rhinos. The robots have decided to shove straight forward. Basically not a lot of tactical choices on the left flank. Double screening, robots going right up the gut. The 2 Vanguard that were here, however, have advanced up and over. I'm conscious that there's an objective. I could have got further with this unit. I did roll a big dice roll. I could have been up here. But then there's a bunch more Khorne Berserkers in that rhino there, and I'd have been open for a counter charge. This Armiger Warglaive advanced, and these 2 Armiger Warglaives didn't advance. We're charging around. If he's running away from me, I've got to give him something to think about. I know the Khorne Berserkers can get out and charge that one, but then they're in counter charge range from a couple of Armiger Warglaives. Got to keep him honest. I can't just shift. I could have shifted from right to left like Liam did all the way down here, but that would have turned into one big fighting mess. And when it comes to fighting messes, Khorne Berserkers win. So I needed to give him something to think about. That's what's gone on here. I'll only get, I won't get any points this turn because I'm no supremacy. I can't take away the objective that he currently controls. And I've only started to defend objective 2. Is 1 point to 0. So the only point that I can get is first blood. So let's pull the trigger. Spent a command point straight away for Protector Doctrina Imperative, which means you can pick a Skitarii unit. Honoured Jejune Crawlers are Skitarii units, so I picked one of these guys, and it's +1 to hit ballistic skill. So it would be hitting on 3s against a Rhino. I'm hitting on 4s because it's got smoke launchers. Back to 3s because of Protector Doctrina Imperatives. And I've got a broad spectrum data tether on these 2 things here because you can get them for free. It costs 0 command points, this red nodule on the back. Which means instead of +1 to hit when you use this stratagem, it's +2 to hit.
Sounds like cheating.
It does sound like cheating, but it's perfectly legit. So instead of hitting on 3s and up to 4s, it goes all the way back down to 2s. So I'm hitting on 2s and re-rolling 1s because I'm just next to a Tech Priest Dominus.
Definitely cheating.
Now this is D3 shots. This is where I roll a 1 after all of that. I rolled a 2, so it's 2 shots. I'll be hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, and they both hit. And this is strength 10. The armor value of toughness of a Rhino is 7, so 3s to penetrate. And they both get through. This is good start. 2 hits, 2 wounds, 2 penetrations, AP -4. You don't get a save, and it's D6 damage, minimum 3. 8 damage. That's not too bad. Only 2 more to get through. So let's fire the next neutron laser at that Rhino. But this will be forced to hit because I can't burn that stratagem twice. So number of shots Here's 2 shots. Hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s. Because I'm stood next to a Tech Priest Dominus.
Definite cheating.
And they both hit. Strength 10. Toughness 7. Only 1 gets through this time.
It's minimum 3.
Minimum 3. It's gone. Does it blow up, sir? Roll a 6. Don't roll a 6. And you roll a 6. The Moarhammer symbol there. So that thing blows up and does D3 mortal wounds to my robots, to things, unless you want a command point that.
I am thinking about command pointing it, because I just don't want these to get hurt.
Yeah, it'll hurt your guys. It'll hurt some rangers, which are nothing but... You are? Okay.
Yeah, cool.
That's a 4. So the Rhino does not blow up, but there are 8 passengers inside, right?
Yep.
So you've got to roll 8 dice, and on any ones, people die. Looking for some free kills here. Looking for those beautiful ones. And you don't get 1-1, so 1 Khorne Berserker dies. Right, is your Warlord in that one?
Nope.
Nope. So Liam squeezing all the models in there before removing the Rhino. One of the Khorne Berserkers dying. Should have mentioned, I should have fired the stubbers from the Onager Dune Crawler, because I've got 2 heavy stubbers there, but it wouldn't have taken those last 2 wounds off. And even if it did, then it's my mistake for forgetting. And the stubbers from the other Onager Dune Crawler would have thumped into that steaming, smoking Rhino, which is no more.
And First Blood.
And First Blood, which is nice. So now, I'm going to fire the Robots of Doom at you. I've got 2 Incending Combustors, which are heavy, but they auto-hit. And it's 12-inch range flamers. 12-inch range flamers. So they're going to fly down, D6 damage shots each, auto-hitting for 5 shots. They are strength 5, AP -1. So I need 3s to wound. Strength 5 versus toughness 4. And I get 3 wounds at AP -1. So 3 4-up saves, because you've got power armor on. What are you doing?
I'm touching myself.
Okay, look at the dice. And, ooh, 3 of them get burnt to a crisp.
We're not friends.
That stings. That really stings. The Datasmith pulling out his Gamma pistol, firing in as well. Hits on a 3 and misses. Oh no, I've got reroll hit rolls of 1 because of my Canterkiller the Omnissiah. And hits. And this is strength 6 and doesn't wound. It is AP -3, 2 damage as well. So that would have stung if it had got in. Right, vehicle down. A couple of guys dead. Morale is a thing, so I'm going to pump all of these rangers into them as well. 30-inch range rapid fire. Everyone's in rapid fire range. So 14 shots, hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s. With the re-roll, that was 12 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, wounding on 4s. And any 6s are AP -1. So essentially, what we've got is 6 3-up saves and 1 4-up save on your Khorne Berserkers. Where are we rolling? Are we rolling here?
6 3-ups.
Yep. That you're rolling those bit. Have you 4? 4 of them. Have 4 of them just died?
There's only 3 left.
Oh no. Who was this? This is an
Exalted Champion.
I can't target him. He's a character.
So that's Second Blood.
That's Second Blood. I like it. Then all the infantry fired at the Bloodthirster of insensate rage, including the Transuranic Arquebuses, and I took 3 wounds off of him. Just 3. Including this squad over here, firing left to right, right to left with their arc rifles as well. He's got a 3-up save and a 5-up invulnerable save, so he's tough. 13 wounds left to get through. I've scratched him. I've started. This squad round here can't hit anything. And now we're round to the Armiger Warglaves, who want to take on that Rhino there. So this first Armiger Warglaive that advanced will fire in at that Rhino. The Melter is an assault gun, so let's pop that first. Hitting on a 4 because I advanced. And re-rolling 1s because of the Hals, Volker, Firestorm Protocol, Chapter House, Chapter Tactics for these guys. Yeah. So 4s. It hits. And we'll do the Thermal Spear as well. Number of shots is D3, so 1 shot, hitting on a 4. No. So only 1 hit at strength 8, toughness 7. Doesn't do anything. So all his melters... No, I've got more melters here, you see. So that just bounces. These guys didn't advance. The only thing that can reach out and touch you is the thermal spears. It's 30-inch range with these thermal spears. And if you were in 15, I'd be... the melter rule would kick in, but you're not within 15. So I'll fire both of these thermal spears together at the rear bum of the Rhino. D3 shots each. For 4 shots? This is 4 shots coming in. I just remembered that you had smoke launchers on there. So instead of hitting on 3s, I'm going to be hitting on 4s. This guy whiffed all of his shots anyway, so it doesn't matter that I was doing it on 3s with the other guy. But these are hitting on 4s now. Only 2 hits. It is Melter, so strength 8 versus toughness 7. 1 wound. Just 1 wound. Do I want to command point that and crack that open? Do I? Yeah.
No.
It's the last shoot you think, and that failed anyway. So that gets through, and it's d6 damage. And I do 3 damage. Just 3 damage. All 3 of these unloading into that rhino. Only doing 3 damage on that rhino there.
They have 10 wounds, right?
Yeah, 3 left. 3 left. That's the end of my shooting phase. I think I've shot everything. And now I need to consider if I want to charge. I might as well charge. The robots of doom are going to try and charge in on that crawler. You've got no Overwatch, right?
Just angry words.
Just angry words and big wiggly arms there. So let's see how far I make this charge. 10. Oh, those robots are angry. I've left a gap for the Data Smith. He needs a 10 as well. And that's an 11. He gets in there. He's very angry. Right, that's all the charges I'm going to do. Those Skitarii Rangers are not charging that demon because it's a great big demon. So let's fight over here. Now, robots versus Mauler Fiend is probably going to go... Probably not going to be able to kill the Mauler Fiend in 1 round of combat. But so long as I lock him up, he won't be able to fall back and charge something else in the Chaos Space Marine's turn. So I'm more interested in slowing him down than actually killing him. These robots, they have 3 attacks each, and they hit on 4s. So this is 6 attacks. No rerolls or anything. And I only get 3 hits, but that's perfectly statistically average. Their strength is 10. It's 6 plus 4 for the fists. Your toughness is 7. So I need 3s to wound. All 3 wound. It's AP minus enough to force your invulnerable saves. 3 damage each. So you need 3 5-up invulnerable saves. And you make 2 of them. So he only takes 3 damage.
Yes.
And some Power Fist will hit you, unless you want to pay to interrupt.
No.
No. Data Smith has 2 attacks. He hits on 3s normally, but it's a fist, so he's hitting on 4s.
Nice.
And they both hit.
Should have probably interrupted.
He's strength 8, toughness 7.
Yes.
So wounding on 3s. And I don't wound. I just do 3 wounds with those robots. And now you get to strike back. Are you Demon Forging it?
Yes, Demon Forge.
Demon Forging it.
Already, because I know how much you love Demon Forge.
It's a really, really good stratagem. Re-rolling the hit, re-rolling the wound with everything. So, are you splitting your attacks up? Okay, decisions. What are you doing, Liam?
I'm gonna chuck everything at the robots. After all, I've just spent a command point for Demon Forge, so I want to try and, although it's 5 to wound the Lasher Tendrils, I get to re-roll.
Okay.
So I figured I might as well chuck him at them whilst he's not at a reduced type profile for now.
I like it.
It makes more statistical sense, I think. So 4 Power Fists.
Okay.
That's more for Demon Engine. We hit on 4s.
Okay.
And we re-roll failed to hit for Demon Forge.
Okay.
It got me an extra attack.
3 hits.
My strength is higher than your toughness.
Yes.
Oh, and on 3s.
Yes.
And my reroll failed to wounds.
Because of Demon Forge.
There we go, so wound all 3, and it's AP minus 3, I think?
AP minus 3. I have the Aegis protocol on at the moment, so my armor save is a 2-up, which becomes a 5-up. So 3 5-up armor saves. I fail all 3.
Flat 3 damage each.
Really?
Yes,
Flat
yes.
3 damage each. So that'll do 3, that'll do 6, and kill a robot, and then this one goes. What I'm going to do is put both on him and blow him up.
Yeah, also blow him up.
And then 3 on this guy. So he's down to 3. I'm going to auto blow him up. I think it's called Machine Spirit Revenge.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So instead of rolling for the detonation and detonating on a 6, I detonate automatically. This thing is going to take some hits as well, though. It's only a 3-inch range, and it does D3 damage. So I'm going to do D3 damage to your Mauler Fiend for 3 damage on your Mauler Fiend. But you can roll to hurt me if you like. D3 damage on the Data Smith for 3, and the Rangers for 2 dead Rangers. Now, if you roll a 5 or 6, you'll kill that one as well, because you'll do D3 damage. Plus, I've already taken 3 from your fists. 1. Okay, so that robot's got 2 wounds left. And when the smoke clears, it looks like this. Right, Lasher Tendrils attacks coming in. I've only got 2 wounds left.
And these do 2 damage each if they get through.
Do they?
So I'm kind of glad you blew him up, because he was always going to get minimum 1 more wound. And I might actually kill him. So 4s. Because although I'm on 6 wounds, I'm still not reduced.
Right.
And rerolling. I hit with everything.
That's good.
5s and 6s though.
Right, because it's less than toughness 7.
So that's 4 so far.
Really?
And then 2 more. That's 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
This is a good choice.
AP minus what?
2.
AP minus 2.
Yeah.
So 4 ups, and if I fail any of these, dead robot.
Yes.
How about failing to see? I can't even command point one of them because that will be a dead robot.
Does
now,
he explode?
His explosion's only 3 inches, and I'm probably too far away to hurt you, so I don't want this one to explode.
I do.
I don't. He doesn't explode. Charging those robots in there was not a good idea. I did take 6 wounds off that Mauler thing, but you wiped them both out.
And I'll get one back at the start of my turn for Infernal Regeneration.
And so at the end of turn 1, it is 1 point each. I've managed to stop some of the charge with the Khorne Berserkers, but then I just fed this berserking, rampaging Demon Forge one of my units. So now let's go on to Chaos Space Marines, turn 2. After refusing the order to kill the king, the Eternal Slaughter have been ordered to kill, maim, burn. Blood and Guts, kill something in the assault phase. Big Game Hunter, kill a vehicle, essentially something with a wounds characteristic of 10 or more. And Assassinate, find a character and kill it. Here we are after the movement phase for the army of Khorne, and they just want to kill. Kill a vehicle or kill something in the assault phase. Now, this unit, along with the HQ, jumped out of that Rhino, and the Rhino's gone back round there, ready to zip next to some objectives in later game turns and score some objectives. Your Warlord's what? An Eternal?
He is a Dark Apostle.
He's a Dark Apostle. And the guy next to him was the guy with the squad in the previous Rhino. They've both come forward ready
An Exalted Champion.
Exalted Champion, Dark Apostle. This one was on out of the squad with the previous Rhino. This one got out with this Rhino this turn, along with a squad of Khorne Berserkers. And this Mauler Fiend came from around the back. They moved 10.
Yeah.
They moved quite a long way. Of course, the front Mauler Fiend is still engaged with the Data Smith on 1 wound left. We did the morale on the Rangers. Their leadership is 7. I rolled a 1. They're good. And the Demon has jumped up and over. He was measuring as carefully as he can to see if he could get him in there. But he can't get the Demon past the first line just yet. He's going to have to nom his way through 2 lines before the Demon comes charging in on my Warlord. And onto the Doom Crawlers in the backfield. No action in the middle of the table right now, but you have decided to pull back and round and engage the first armature that advanced. So the squad got out with the other Dark Apostle.
He's Exalted Champion as well.
So the other squad got out with the other Exalted Champion this way, and then the Rhino handbrake turn around the corner. The idea is that the Rhino rams that thing, and it eats the Overwatch, and while it's getting rammed, it can't shoot at the other stuff that are about to come charging down towards him. So you could potentially eat this. And remember, if you kill something with a wounds characteristic of 10 or more, then that is Big Game Hunter. So they've seen their game. They want to rip the pilot out of that Armature Warglaive there. It looks good. I like it. They'll be a bit stranded up here on their own. But then there's only 2 armatures that they have to face against. What you're thinking? You look in pain.
I didn't want a war on 2 fronts.
Yes.
It doesn't suit the armies better, all stuck together, close together, buffs, auras everywhere.
Yeah.
So I didn't want this war, but with Big Game Hunter and him out on his own, it gives me a chance to rip one apart without it doing, because let's face it, they didn't do anything really last turn.
No.
And they are good. We've seen them in the past, and they are good. So if I can get rid of at least one of them, 2 aren't quite so bad, obviously. I mean, they'll probably chew me apart in the next turn.
Yeah.
But we'll see. These are good at taking big things down, normally, touch wood, hopefully, possibly.
Okay.
And I think I've got enough over here to start chewing through most of this. So I can probably clear some, if not most of this away, and then I've just got those 2 to worry about. Now, I didn't know that they had a 14-inch move.
Yeah.
So I can't keep running away because you'll just catch me with those thermal spears.
They're are very quick.
Long range.
Yes. So you've got to slow one of them down, stop one of them. So, yeah, you have to turn around and
We've got a
face it.
speed bump.
Oh, should have mentioned, for Technicals of the Omnissiah, I've got reroll hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase again. And Litanies of the Electromancer, which happens right at the start of the turn. There's an enemy unit within 6 inches of the affected unit. All my units are affected. But Litany of the Electromancer does a mortal wound if I roll a 6. And I rolled a 6. You regained 1 at the start of this turn with Infernal regeneration.
So I'm back to 6.
But yeah, back to 6. It's the holy motive force of electricity washes over you. Right, let's go back to the very short shooting phase. So in the shooting phase, some bolt weaponry lashed out here, there and everywhere and did no damage. Now we're on to the charge phase. The Bloodthirster has declared a charge against this unit, and this unit.
Yes.
I've done some Overwatch, didn't do any damage. Why are you charging all 3 units?
Because I can fight all 3, but more importantly, it puts me closer to this lot here.
Okay.
So you'll see why in a minute.
Okay. You need a 6 to jump it up and over and get it in that gap there. So good luck. That's a 7. Then the Khorne Berserkers declared a charge against these 2 units here. Now this unit couldn't fire Overwatch because it's now engaged by the demon. This unit could fire Overwatch at the Khorne Berserkers, and I killed one with Overwatch, yay. You need a 6 to hit the second unit, however, and that's an 11. So those Khorne Berserkers go charging through. So the Khorne Berserkers make it in, and then the Champion and the Dark Apostle came wheeling into this front rank as well. So we've got multiple combats erupting in this corner of the battle grid. I suspect there won't be very many Admech forces left at the end of this fight phase. Then we come up past the Chaos Ruin down to this end of the battle grid where the Armiger Warglaive is about to get engaged. So the Rhino is going to go charging in, right?
I want the Rhino to eat the Overwatch on the off chance.
Melter. No, and D3 shots with the Thermal Spear for 2. Hitting on 4s.
6s.
6s. Do I reroll 1s? Yeah, it doesn't say the shooting phase, it just says reroll 1s. So, nope. And I miss all my shots. And then the Rhino rams the Armiger Warglaive and prevents it firing any more Overwatch shots. So the Rhino came skidding in this way to put some ceramite between these Armiger Warglaives and this big scrum here. The Exalted Champion is what it's called.
Yeah, that's right.
He stayed out of the fight, urging the Mauler Fiend forward, thinking that this is enough gun. Now these guys get re-roll to hit or re-roll to wound.
They get re-roll to wound because of him.
Yeah, so he's urging them forward and they get to fight better because he's shouting in their ears. Right, considering that I'm just engaged with the Rangers over there and I'm definitely not going to pay to interrupt because what's the point? We might as well start here. My camera's pointing here. Who wants to fight first?
Mauler Fiend?
Yeah, because I might pay to interrupt up here if you start.
I need to look at his weapon before I decide.
The Reaper Chain Cleaver on the Armiger is either 4 attacks at strength 12, minus 3 damage, or 8 attacks at strength 6, minus 2 1 damage. So that's your... Those are the flavours of your chocolate.
Right,
milk chocolate and coffee chocolate.
Berserkers.
No nuts. Berserkers.
Yeah,
all the Berserkers go flying in at the Armiger Warglaive. Veterans of the Long War, I just saw you drop down next to me. That's re-rolling 1s to wound or re-rolling... What are the veterans again? I should know this.
Plus 1 to wound.
Yes, because I play Death Guard. I should know this. Plus 1 to wound.
I need many dice.
Right, you've got a bunch of dice out. What am I looking at here?
Okay, so 6 chain sword attacks, 1 from each marine.
Yes.
There is 3 chain axe attacks per marine, and obviously there's 6 and there's 18 chain axe attacks. They're plus 1 strength. More importantly, they're minus 1 AP. That's why they're separate, because they're all wounding you on. Actually, they're probably 5. They're 4s.
7.
Oh, 7, so they're all wounding you on 4s.
Yeah.
And these are power fist from the champion, which is strength 10.
Okay.
So he wins on 2s.
Okay.
Cool. We'll do the chain swords first because they're probably going to be the least effective. They hit on 3s.
Yes. And there's something called Death to the False Emperor as well.
Yeah, so on that 6, I get to reroll an additional attack.
Yes.
That I hit with.
Cool. And it would be strength, because they're Khorne Berserkers, they're strength 5. But with Veterans of the Long War, it's plus 1 at wound.
So win on 4s.
Yeah.
With rerolls from the Exalted Champion.
Because of this chap.
So I've got 3 wounds so far.
3
These
wounds.
are 3 up armor saves.
3 up armor save. I make them. I'm alive.
So then we hit the chain axes.
Right.
Again, hitting on 3s with vets. So there's 2 exploding there, so we'll reroll these 2 1s.
Yeah.
For 3s, there we go.
Because Death to the False Emperor means any 6s you get additional hits.
Against Imperium units.
So these are strength what now?
These are strength 6 now.
Because you charged.
Yeah, so
is that plus 1 always when you charge?
No, that's just plus 1 for being an axe.
Is it? And then plus 1
I get plus 1 attack for charging.
Right, okay.
These now wound on 4s again.
Plus 1 attack. Right.
With rerolls, thank the
Emperor. Thank the Emperor.
I nearly did. This is going bad. This is bad. That's much better.
That's the rerolls because of your...
So 4, 5, 10, 12.
Can I touch your dice?
Yes, of course.
Can I
12
touch them?
4-up saves.
Because it's
they're
-1. 12 4-up saves and -1. Your dice project. I know your dice. I like your dice. It's all right. So that many. That was a thing, and I knocked it.
Okay, I believe it.
Let's say it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. You were right. It was a 4.
7. So that was 7 wounds.
Yeah.
Was that definitely 7 wounds?
Yeah.
Did you count
Whatever's
them?
in your hand.
I got 5 in my hand.
That's 5 failed, then, isn't it?
So how many passed?
The rest.
7. Let's say 7 so far. Power fists.
Power fists hit on 4s. 3 hits.
And they don't explode because of death to the false emperor.
Do they not?
Power fists don't go boom. No. I get told off all the time and I remember to do that. So your strength is up to what?
10 base, plus
Okay.
1 for vets, so wounded on 2s.
Yeah. Ouchie. So 2
I get
more
to reroll
wounds.
failed to wounds for the exotic
Oh
champion.
no.
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
AP -3.
AP -3. So I need 6s.
Stop
I get
it.
1 6.
2d3
I've taken
damage.
7 wounds so far. And that's another 3 damage, which gets me down to 10. 10. I think I start off with 14 or 12. 12? 12. I start off with 12. I have 2 wounds left. Unless you're thinking about command point 8. You get to fight again.
I do, but you also get the chance to swing.
Yes, I do.
No, I'm going to let you possibly spaff 2 command points and try to
Yeah.
attack me. You're on 2 wounds. How good can you be?
Okay, I'm going to spend 3 command points to interrupt, 2 for interrupting, and 1 for fighting at my full profile.
You've used 3 of your command points, so I'm kind of okay with it.
Right, let's hit the berserkers. Now, I would be hitting on really low, but by spending 1 extra command point on machine spirit resurgent, I'm going to be using my top profile. I could hit the Mauler Fiend, but I'm going to rely on melter shots coming in later to hit the Mauler Fiend. I need to thin these guys out. And Melter won't thin them out, but hopefully hitting you with a chain cleaver will. So 8 attacks. 8 attacks with a chain cleaver because you double the number of attacks from 4 to 8. Hitting on 3s. And all
That was good.
7 hit, look at that. Base strength. Strength 6, toughness 4, so I'm wounding on 3s, and this is -2. That's not good.
He is resurged.
4 wounds at -2, 4
5
5-up
ups.
saves. And you roll 3 6s, you only lose 1 berserker. So it cost me 3 command points just to kill 1 berserker. And now the Mauler Fiend's going to strike. And you said you're not going to use Demon Forge because there's no point because I'm so poorly.
I don't want to say there's no point. I feel like statistically I should remove 2 wounds from you without using
I feel like statistically you should now, but
Power
Zeech
fist.
is probably... Let's find out if Zeech is watching.
4s.
Okay, 2 hits, yeah.
Power fist is strength 12, I think, so I wound you
Toughness
on
7.
3s.
Yeah.
With a reroll for the exotic champion.
Does it work on the thingy bob
Yeah,
as
it just
well?
says reroll for Legion models. So
Does it?
2 -3 power fist attacks.
He helps some more. That's beautiful. I like the combo there. 6s.
And
No.
3 damage each.
3 damage each. I think he's dead. So the Armiger falls. Now I could spend 2 command points to make him auto blow up, but even after spending 2 command points, you need to roll a 4 up as well. So it's still a 50-50 chance. So I'm not going to spend the 2 command points to get a 50-50 chance to see if he blows up. Instead, I'm just going to roll. And he doesn't blow up. He just crumples. A hero falls. Then the Mauler Fiend stays still. Then after that combat, you selected the Rhino, which at the start of the fight phase, you can either select a model that is within an inch of an enemy unit or a model that charged. The Rhino charged. So then you selected him and he piled in and consolidated 3 inches closer, up to 6 inches closer, some free movement there towards the closest enemy unit, which were the 2 Armiger Warglaives. You've kept an inch away, so I can't hit you with my chain cleavers. But what Liam's managed to do there is block off the assault from the Armiger Warglaives in following game turns. What you're thinking?
Someone taught me that with a little video called Screening Units.
Screening units.
Yeah.
Where did you hear that video, Liam?
That was on deploymentzone.tv.
DeploymentZone.tv.
On a Winter's Top Tip video.
Winter's top tips only on DeploymentZone.tv. Right, let's go back over here.
Yes.
And you're going to do all that again with a bunch of Corn Berserkers nomming through my ranks.
Yeah.
This is going to sting. Starting off with the Dark Apostle. He has 3 attacks plus 1 because he's a World Eater.
Hitting on 2s.
Yes.
With rerolls for himself.
Right.
His Black Mace is plus 2 strength, so strength 6, so I win on 2s.
Yes.
And I reroll failed wounds. I don't get any 6s though, which would have been mortal wounds.
AP
so that
minus.
Is, AP minus 1 or 2 for the Black Mace.
Is it?
Wait one and I'll tell you.
The Black Mace is AP minus 2, so I need 6s. And I roll
Whoa!
4 6s. Why couldn't I do that earlier with the Armiger Warblades? These are only ranges. I've never rolled 4 6s before.
Oh, no.
Do you realise how many comments I'm going to get?
Yeah, they were definitely baked. So now we've got the exotic champion.
Yes.
4 attacks.
I've still got the same 4 dice in my hand.
Plus 1 for being a World Eater.
Yeah.
5 attacks. He hits on 2s.
Yeah.
And he rerolls for Dark Apostle being nearby.
Yeah. What about Death to the False Emperor?
That happens, that's the thing.
Yep.
I missed that the last one as well, actually. So there you go, so that's 6 hits in total from 5 attacks. That's good, isn't it? He has a power maul, so he wounds on 2s.
Right.
And does he wound on 2s? Is power maul's plus 2 or plus 1?
So 6 wounds at AP minus 1. I've still got the same 4 dice in my hand, plus 2 more dice. Let's see if I can roll a bunch of 5s. No, see, the same dice. 4 die. 4 of the Rangers die. So you haven't selected any in this squad yet. Just so happened that he's the alpha anyway. So I stripped those 4 away. Right, what's fighting next, sir?
These guys are going to...
The Khorne Berserkers?
Yeah, they're going to...
Yes. Pile in to the closest enemy model. And
unfortunately, these are the closest, so I can't pile in that way and fight you there.
Right.
But everyone can now fight. So that's
okay. And that was very quick. Khorne Berserkers can fight twice. They didn't need to. They slaughtered every single one of those rangers with ease. Now we have this greater demon who can strike this unit or both. What do you want to do with the big flying demon of insensate rage, sir?
I want to murder stuff.
Yes.
I'm trying to decide what I'm going to murder. Right. So basically, he has 6 attacks base.
Right.
He has plus 1 for unstoppable ferocity as a Khorne demon the turn he charges,
yes.
which is 7.
Yes.
And if he uses his sweeping blow, I think it's called,
right.
Sweeping blow, he gets to double the number of attacks to 14 at strength 8, AP minus 2, 1 damage each.
Right.
So statistically, I could, it's unlikely, murder the lot, but I need to hit with everything and wound with everything. So I'm thinking about a demon stratagem.
Okay. Right, do you know what you're doing now?
Yes.
You're splitting your attacks everywhere.
Yes, so I get, like I said, 14 attacks with my reaping blow or sweeping blow.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck 8 there.
Right.
And 6 there.
Okay.
So I really want to murder that unit.
Yeah.
I'm also spending 2 command points.
Right.
Called Locus of Wrath. That basically means he gets to reroll failed to hits.
Okay.
So the 8 attacks on this unit.
Is this Death to the False Emperor as well?
No, it's different. Okay. So 8 on that unit, 2's to hit.
Yeah, right.
Reroll and fail to hits.
Right.
6 is a death bringer, so they count as 2 hits automatically rather than having to roll again. Anyway,
right.
They all hit.
Right.
With strength 8 on the charge.
Toughness 3.
2's to wound. No!
3 wounds. And it's all AP minus what?
It's all AP minus 2.
Right.
And a flat 1 damage.
Okay, so I need a bunch of 6s.
I hate you!
You only killed 3 in that squad.
Okay.
And then it was 6 in the other squad.
6 in the other squad.
Okay.
Hit on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of my locus.
Right.
And 6s count as additional attacks.
So is that 3 more attacks? Here's 3 dice.
No, I'm not using your treacherous red ones. Oh, they're ready for Khorne. So that's this many, so I've actually ended up with 7
they're auto
hits.
hit 6s.
Yeah.
They're auto hits. You don't have to roll for them.
Winning on 2s. So that's better. So that's 8.
8 6s. 8 6s. Coming up. I'll make 2 of them. I think there's only 6 in that squad. 6 wounds, 6 in the Vanguard squad. That squad's wiped out. Right, so pulled models away. I pulled the models on that side away, so I'm still in base contact with the big demon, because if I pull my models away on that side, it would have allowed the demon to pile into my warlord and pile into the Onika Dunecrawler, and then they won't be shooting at all. This way, at least I'll be able to get some shots on him after I fall back, after probably failing the morale test. Right, those are all the charging units. You've slaughtered 1, 2, 3 units now. That would be D3 points for blood and guts. And now the Mauler Fiend needs to attack the Data Smith. And the Mauler Fiend destroyed that Data Smith with ease, and that's Assassinate. And by killing the Armiger Warglaive in the top end of the table, that's Big Game Hunter, as well as D3 points for blood and guts. Let's roll up. Let's see what you get. And that's the big 3 as well. So 5 points in a turn for maiming, killing and burning, just as every good Khorne army should do. It's 6 points to 1 in favour of the, and you're smiling.
Smug face.
Smug face. 6 points to 1 in favour of the ruinous powers. Let's go on to Adeptus Mechanicus. Turn 2. 1 minute. Let's quickly fight back. Rangers versus Bloodthirster. 3 attacks hitting on 4s on the normal guys and wounding on 6s because you're toughness 7, not toughness. I did a wound. Did a wound with a normal guy. 3 up save.
Oh
I took a wound off of him. And then the taser go from the alpha 6s because 6s explode. No. Strength 6, toughness 7. 2 more wounds.
AP?
No AP. I took 2 wounds off of them when the Rangers fought back. 3 of their number died. Let's do the leadership test. 3 plus 3 is 6. They actually hold their nerve after taking 2 wounds off this demon. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Now let's go on to Admech. Turn 2. Here are the orders for the Admech. I got rid of Quest for Lost Knowledge last turn. I've stopped defending Objective 2 because I was slaughtered off of it. So I can't get that. And I've pulled Defend Objective 5. I've still got Supremacy in my hand as well, though. Any 3 objectives for D3 points. Here we are after the movement phase for the forces of the Imperium as they try to push back this Chaos Thrust. Here's Objective 5. I've started to defend it, and I've squished up my Rangers so I can fire past that Rhino there and get lots of shots in. I think the first 4 guys are in rapid fire range, which is nice, and re-rolling hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase because of my Canticle, which is good. The Engineer that was there got a big 6 and advanced all the way up there, ready to heal one of these 2 guys when they take wounds. I've stayed an inch away from that Rhino. The plan is to try and shoot the Rhino and then go charging past and murder, death, kill some of the Khorne Berserkers or the Mauler Fiend there. I don't really know who's going to come out of this fight on top once blow for blow, round after round has gone wheeling in. Hopefully I can kill that with some shots and then put some shots into the Mauler Fiend and then charge both of them in. If it's going to take both of the armigers to kill the Rhino, however, if it takes both of the armigers firing melters at the Rhino to kill it, then there's a lot of fighting and chainswords and power fists coming back at me. I need to try and thin down these Khorne Berserkers before I go wheeling in there, which is why I spent 3 points on interrupting and going in and doing the thing and
to kill one.
To kill one. That was the plan. There's 1 objective that I've got. I need 3 for Supremacy. I have moved around here onto Objective 2. Now these count as troops, but I'm now outnumbering you with 6 guys on that objective. So there's 2 objectives that I've got. And for the 3rd objective, for Supremacy, I have climbed over into the Chaotic Ruins in the middle of the table. This squad had to advance to get there, but I am within 3. This squad not so much, just pulling themselves up the side of that rockfall, ready to put some more shots into those Khorne Berserkers down there. So we'll get Supremacy. I am defending Objective 5. I've split up the Onager Doom Crawlers here, so Liam has got some choices whether he goes right or whether he goes left. Or, well, with all of these guys, he might be able to kill both of them anyway. And the unit of Rangers that so heroically put a couple of wounds on that Bloodthirster stepped back and fell back out of combat. So now I need to kill something, anything. If it bleeds, we can kill it. So let's kill that. Let's spend a command point again getting my ballistic skill up +1. So this neutron laser is going to hit on 2s. This leaves me with 1 command point, 2 command points left. Firing at that. What are you thinking?
Just thinking you're cheating.
You're thinking, no, to hit on 2s, number of shots. What? Yeah.
2 command points.
2 command points for what?
Warp Surge.
Warp Surge.
+1 to his invulnerable save.
So now you've got a 4-up and bun?
Yes.
Oh no.
Try
Okay.
and keep him alive.
Number of shots with this Onager. 1 shot. Brilliant. I am hitting on a 2. No. The guy's got to say no. I have hit. Strength 10, toughness 7. I have wounded. You need a 4-up and vulnerable save, or you're going to take D6 damage. How many wounds has he got left?
11.
11. Warp Surge does not protect you. You're thinking about spending another command point. You've only got 2 left. You have spent the
Oh
command point.
no!
1 command point left, Lynn. And
Right.
this does D6 damage, minimum 3 for 4 damage. Stubbor's coming in, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 5. Strength 4, toughness 7. 2 more wounds, sir.
3 armor saves.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now the Tech Priest Dominus is firing his eradication array into the big nasty demon. Number of shots, D3 shots. 3 shots, that's not bad. Now I did move, it's a heavy gun, so instead of hitting on 2s, I'm hitting on 3s. And they all hit. This is strength 6, your toughness is 7. So I do need 5s to wound. I get 1 wound, AP minus 2 on eradication
So
array.
4 up.
Yep.
Invulnerable save?
What's that?
That's probably cocked. That's counted as
It's up
cocked.
to you.
I'm feeling it. There we go.
That's right. And in half range, and I am, that would have done D3 damage instead of 1. Now, here I am thinking, do I fire at the Mauler Fiend or do I fire at that Bloodthirster? Because that Bloodthirster's now got a 4-up invulnerable save. And if I fire the neutron laser and everything into him, I might not be able to kill him. But if I fire at the Mauler Fiend, at least I take away some of the stuff in your army. But I don't think one of these is going to make the charge. If I kill him, then I might keep a neutron laser alive for next turn and be able to shoot one of them next turn if I kill him. But if I don't kill him and fire back there, then these guys are almost certainly dead. But it's a demon, so let's shoot the demon. So all the stubber shots into the berserkers, neutron laser into the demon, D3 shots for 3 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s, because I'm stood next to the Dominus. 2 hits. Strength 10, toughness 7, wounding on 3s. Both wound, 2, 4 up, vulnerable save. 7 wounds left, you say? You need both of these, and you've already used command point reroll. And you fail both. 7 wounds left, and this does a minimum 3 damage. So
You need to kill him.
Need to kill him.
No!
Command point. Command point reroll, because that's only 6 damage. No, he's on 1 wound left. Oh no. Let's do the stubber shots into the Khorne Berserkers. 3s to hit? Yeah, 4 hits. 4s to wound. 2 wounds in the Berserkers.
3 ups. We're not completely in cover. 1 dies.
Killed 1. Yay. Right, so it's going to come down to these guys who have got no special weapons whatsoever firing at him. He's got 1 wound left. Now I wanted to fire at the Khorne Berserkers. Or I could charge you and hit you with my big axe.
You could. You could. I can't interrupt anymore. I've only got 1 command point left.
I'm going to hit you with my axe instead. Nothing can go wrong here. I'm going to fire all the shots into the Khorne Berserkers first, and my Warlord will charge you and hit you with the axe instead. That makes perfect sense, because these guys are wounding you on 6s, so they're probably not going to do much damage. This is really, really silly, but I am going to divert. I'm going to do 2 of them at the... I'm just paranoid. Yeah, 2 of them are going that way. The rest of the shots from the Vanguard are going to go into the Khorne Berserkers. These are the 2. 6 shots, radium carbines. So 3s to hit. But they are strength 3, so I need 6s to wound. 3 6s. 3 6s on these cooked dice, rolling hot. When I want them to. When I'm shooting with neutron lasers, not so much. Anyway, 3 3-up saves, Liam.
This is
To
childish.
keep him alive.
This
3
is childish.
3-up saves to keep him alive. There's a 1, there's a 1, there's a 3. That's a dead Bloodthirster with a radium carbine. I love it. Brilliant.
Who filed final?
Do they blow up when they die?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's do the other radium carbines into the Khorne Berserkers. 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s. That's more like it. 10 hits, winning on 5s. And I get 1 wound. See, that's back to form. Just 1 wound on the Khorne Berserkers. 1 3-up save. Yay, you keep them alive. So that's all the shots there. At least I bring the demon down. From this corner of the battle grid up to this corner of the battle grid with the Rangers defending objective 5. Front 4 are in rapid fire range, putting round after round after round into those Khorne Berserkers there. And I'm hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s because I'm mechanical. 8 hits at strength 4, toughness 4. And I get 2 wounds at AP dash and 3 wounds at AP -1. So 2 at 3 up and 3 at 4 up. I killed 2 Khorne Berserkers. Then in the Chaos Shrine in the middle, the unit that did advance fired their assault weaponry in at the Khorne Berserkers, didn't kill any more. And this unit on the right here that didn't advance is now firing in. Everyone's got line of sight and range, 3 shots each. So this is a lot of shots, hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s. There's a let's do all these re-rolls. After the re-rolls, I've got 13 hits, strength 3, toughness 4. I need 5s. 6s for radium carbines count as 2 damage. So it doesn't matter against these Khorne Berserkers, but those are 6 wounds at AP dash, so 6 1s and 2s if you please. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 ones. 3 more of them die. How many were in the full squad?
7.
And that leaves your champion left, right?
Yes.
And you've got 1 command point.
I have. And his leadership is 8.
Is it?
So he's probably in trouble.
Does he know no fear, or does he get afraid?
We don't get those kinds of rules.
Unless you're word bearers, then you do get those rules.
But we do fear somehow as Khorne Berserkers.
I know, it's funny, isn't it? You should just be fearless or something.
I think what we actually do is we tactically retreat to slaughter on another day, rather than actually be fearful.
Or maybe when all of his team are getting slaughtered all around him and dying, he's just sitting there in a bath full of blood. He just sits down and gives up fighting, thinking, oh, this is nice.
What I like to think he actually does is just rampages forward and gets himself killed.
Yeah, that's true.
It kind of makes more sense.
Yes, so much blood around them, showers and showers of it, that they just completely lose it and start attacking a shrubbery.
And if they die, Khorne cares not.
Yes, exactly. I think I've fired everything I can except for these armigers.
Yep.
So let's fire this one at the Rhino, hitting on a 3, and D3 shots with the thermal spear. 1 more shot, hitting on a 3. Both hit. Now, this is strength 8 versus toughness 7, so 3s to wound. Only 1 gets through. And at melter range, so I rolled 2 dice and picked the highest for 4 damage. Putting it down to 3 left.
Do you split fire, sir?
This is interesting. Do I split fire? Because if I don't kill it, then I can't, we've checked, I can't get through that gap. Because this is wider. That gap there is narrower than my base.
That's why I parked it there.
I know. So I have to try and kill you. Do I split fire? No, I don't. Don't split fire. It never works. The melter goes in and the thermal spear in there. Here's the melter, which misses. D3 shots with the thermal spear for 1 shot. Hitting on A3. Hits. Wounding on A3. Wounds. And this is D6 damage. 2 dice. Picking the highest. For 6. I do kill the Rhino. Does it blow up? Only just, look, really. No, it doesn't blow up. The Rhino's fallen. So the Rhino gets melted to slag, and that was harder than it should have been. I finally made my way through. Breathing a sigh of relief there. That's the end of shooting phase. I've killed a Rhino, and I've killed a demon, and I've hurt a number of Khorne Berserkers. 1 down here, but quite a few up there. Let's charge. So this Armiger Warglaive is charging into that last champion with a power fist because he can be very damaging. And I rolled a 6, so long as I'm...
Yeah, you're in.
Great. Right, I made it in there. Now the second one's going to declare a charge on the champion and on the Mauler Fiend. And that's a 7. That's not going to be good enough. He's going to be isolated and on his own for a turn. And then round here... Charging units of Khorne Berserkers are a very idea. Mummy warned me against it, so I'm not going to do that with certainly with Skitarii Vanguard. So that's the end of the charge phase. Let's fight over here. Starting off with my Reaping Blow from my Chainsaw Cleaver into your champion.
I really hope you don't.
3s to hit.
Oh no.
And strength 6. 3s to wound at AP minus. Look, only 2.
AP minus what?
2.
Oh god.
Don't live. Because you fight twice even when you get charged,
8
right?
strength 10 attacks.
1 minute, command point.
Your last one?
It's my last command point. Yes. Yay. 3 at minus 2.
I'm just going to stand here for an hour.
Can you roll the
dice?
Please roll the dice. Ooh,
He's dead.
I
He's
killed
slain.
that champion. Because he had 8 attacks back with a Power Fist, right? 4 and then 4 again.
Yeah, 8 attacks at strength 10.
Yeah.
And I probably would have been charged enough to spend veterans on it to reroll to get.
Yeah, you've got 1 command point left. I've got none left. And now I could consolidate 3 inches into the closest enemy unit, that Mauler Fiend. I'm not going to do that. That is very, very silly. That's the end of my phase. Killed 1 unit of Khorne Berserkers, killed the demon. I'm quite happy with that. Looking across the battlefield, you've still got 3 Mauler Fiends combat effective. This one's on 6 wounds, but it'll get up to 7 wounds left. You've still got a unit of Khorne Berserkers. So it's anything to play for. And at the end of that turn, I've started to defend Objective 5. I am defending Objective 2 as well with these Vanguard, but let's face it, they're not going to be there for very much longer. Started to defend Objective 5, and I get D3 points for Supremacy. It's 6 points to 1. I need big money here. Please, Omnissiah, hear my prayer. That's 2.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It is 6 points to the forces of chaos. 3 points to the Imperium. As we go on to the Eternal Slaughter, turn 3. Here are the orders for the forces of chaos. After claiming so many objectives for slaughtering lives, now they wish to take ground. Claim and despoil. Score D3 victory points if you control an objective marker that was controlled by your opponent at the start of the term. That's possible. Supremacy, any 3 objectives for D3 points. That's possible. So we claim and despoil in supremacy. That's 2 D3. It's possible. A mission critical objective. Liam rolled a 6. He needs to get objective 6. Here we are after the Chaos Space Marines movement phase, and the Rhino that was parked back here has zipped forward onto objective 6, the mission critical objective. So there's going to be a point, so it'll make it 7 points to 3. Now that's also 1 objective. Liam needs to control 3 for supremacy, or take 1 off of me that's controlled by me for claim and despoil. So a Bloodletter bomb is coming in the backfield to try and get that 9-inch charge on these Rangers and get on that objective. And then also over here, which one's the poorly Mauler Fiend that's a little bit injured?
He's the poorly one, that's why he's having a little rest.
Yes.
So he's now up to 7 because of Infernal Regeneration.
Yes.
So he's actually at full profile still, essentially. And that's a charge of about 10 inches because it's up 1 and down 1 and all that kind of stuff. So it's about 10-inch charge, but it's possible. Anyway, over here, what we've done then is we've pushed the Berserkers through the gap. That's a 5-inch charge. You measured it.
Yes.
So I'm possibly going to try and tie that up, because even if I don't destroy it, I stop it from shooting, which is really important to me. This one isn't close enough to be able to charge pretty much anything, because these 2 characters are in the way to try and smash you off of objective 2. Because I am likely to get the claim and despoil one on 2. Well, I'm more likely than I am with the Bloodletters.
So not only will you stop me defending it for 2 points, but you'll get D3 points for claim and despoil for taking an objective that I previously owned. And if you've got that objective and this objective and objective number 6, that'll be another D3 points for supremacy. So potential to race into the leave here.
I'm claiming I've got 6, so that puts me on 7.
Yes.
So you've got 3. If you defend both of these, you're up to 7.
Am I?
So because it's 4 points. So it's important for me to try and at least stop one of them.
You need to make this charge over here.
I do.
In the meantime, I've got an Incantation of the Iron Soul, so I will be re-rolling. Basically, I've got Ammunition and NFA. I'll be re-rolling my morale test, so you need to kill every single one. And I have got Benediction of Omniscience again. I am re-rolling hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase 1 more time. So, yeah. Shooting phase, let's do it. A bolt pistol went into the Vanguard, didn't wound them, and then this guy's got a combi melter and fired his combi melter and has hit and has wounded the Dune Crawler. I need to make my 5-up invulnerable save, which I don't make, and this will do D6 damage for 5 damage. They start off with 11, they've got 6 left. A bolt pistol fired over here as well, and that's the end of the shooting phase. Now we're into the Khorne phase. Let's charge. So starting down in this corner, which was my castle, the Khorne Berserkers have made it in to the unit of Rangers and to that Honor Good Dune Crawler they got in there, no problem. And then the Exalted Sorcerer and the Great Unclean One. What are they called, these guys?
Exalted... No, this Witch Malarkey, the Exalted Champion and the Dark Apostle.
Those 2 guys. They rolled low, and
really
they only just
I wanted to come around here so I could consolidate in, but no, I didn't get a chance to do that.
No, rolled really low, so they only made it into the unit of Rangers, but the Vanguard, sorry, but the Rangers and this Dune Crawler are tied up. Then you needed a long bomb charge here, which you
I think
failed.
it was 10 and I got 8.
No wounds made on Overwatch at all over here. And now we've just done the Overwatch from the Rangers against the Bloodletters in the backfield. You need a 9 to make it in. And this could be... No. You've got 1 command point left. If you do get in this turn, you get supremacy. If you don't get in, no supremacy. Are you thinking about it?
I am thinking about it.
Because you need a 5.
But
so
I have a different idea for that command point, so I'm not going to spend it.
And we haven't done the Overwatch here yet.
No. And this is why I'm saving my command point.
So we're in 3 different corners of the battle grid here. Who's going to eat the Overwatch from the Armiger Warglaive?
That's a tough question. That's a horrible question.
Yeah. It's a melter. I'll probably miss.
The Mauler.
The Mauler?
Yeah.
Okay. Melter fire. Misses. D3 shots with a thermal spear. For 3.
No.
Hitting on 6s, re-rolling 1s.
No.
You're lucky. All the shots go wild. The Mauler Fiend easily gets in there. Is this Apostle going to go in? He's an Apostle, right?
No, that's an exotic champion, but I'm just seeing how far around I can go for consolidation purposes.
Okay. So the 6 you rolled was the charge for the Mauler, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now is the champion going in?
No.
No, the champion is not going in. Doesn't he give him a re-roll to hit or wound or something?
Well, I've got a command point.
You've got your last
Demon
command
Forge.
point for Demon Forge. Okay.
And if I put him there, I don't kill him with Demon Forge, you slaughter my champion.
Yes. Yes, that will happen.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Okay. So Morlevine versus Armiger Warglaive there. The Bloodletter Bomb did not make it into the Rangers. And you're about to wreck my castle wide open in the backfield. Where do you wish to start fighting? Back over to the Morlevine and the Armiger Warglaive. Him spending a point for Demon Forge. Now hitting the Armiger. Power Fist first.
Force.
And re-rolling the hit with Demon Forge. 1 hit so far.
This is the one I needed to do well. That's better.
3 hits.
Strength 12.
Toughness 7, 3s to wound. And re-rolling the wound. Only 1 wound so far. And with Demon Forge all 3. So that's well done, well spent. All 3 get through. I need 6s. And I make none of them. And each does how much damage?
3.
3 damage. 9 damage straight away. Stripped off that Armiger Warglaive. Okay, and then the Lash Tendrils.
Again, Force. Demon Forge rerolls.
Nice. But
These
these
are
need...
strength 6.
Okay, so you need
5
5s.
in rerolls.
Yep.
So 1 so far.
Yes.
That's it. 1. So that's
2.
gone. 2. At -2.
2 at -2, so 4 up saves.
4. 5 up.
5 up saves, sorry. I make them both. And I took 9 damage, right?
Yeah.
So I'm down to 3 left. He's not dead. From that side of the ruined shrine across here to the Dark Apostle, Warlord with the Black Mace striking these Vanguard.
4 because he's a Wild Eater. Hitting on 2s. No death to the False Emperor.
Okay.
Wounding on 2s.
Yeah.
That is a mortal wound because of Flames of Spite. So 1 is definitely dead. The other 3 are -2.
Okay.
That's in addition. So sorry, 4 at -2.
Okay, 4 at -2. So 4 6-up saves. And I make 1. So 4 of them are dead, leaving 2 remaining defending that objective.
The Black Mace's special rule states that every model that's killed, you roll a d6 on a 6+. It's another mortal wound.
Okay.
1 more mortal wound.
So there's 1 Vanguard left, defending valiantly. Objective number 2. You need this for claim and despoil.
So it's the Exalted Champion's turn.
Okay, he can't possibly fail to kill 1 Vanguard, right?
5 attacks.
Yes.
Hitting on 2s.
Yes.
With rerolls for the Apostle.
And death to the False Emperor.
For 2 additional attacks, yeah? Which all hit.
Ooh.
So he's now hit 7 times.
With 5 attacks.
So his mace makes him strength 6, so he wins on 2s, and he re-rolls. There's no special fancy, they're all AP -1.
So I need lots of 5-ups.
Yes.
Nope, they're dead. So after the 2 commanders slaughtered this unit of Vanguard, we were up here to the Khorne Berserkers, and the unit of Rangers didn't stand a chance. And that Onager Dune Crawler, words, is only on 4 wounds left. All the Power Fist attacks went into it. 4 wounds left. What's more importantly, though, it won't be fighting at all, or shooting at all, next turn. I've done the strikes back and did no damage to the berserkers. So now we go back over here to the Armiger Warglaive. Very injured, very steaming, striking back against that Mauler Fiend. So the Armiger Warglaive doing the strike attack back at this Mauler Fiend, hitting on 5s because he's so injured. And I miss every single hit. And with that, that's the end of turn 3 for the Chaos Space Marines. So they do get a point for something. What was the point? Mission Critical Objective 6 for that Rhino being on there. And you will get D3 points for claim and despoil for getting this thing on here as well. So let's see what we get for that. That's the big 3 again. So that makes it 10 points to 3. However, I do get 2 points for securing Objective 5. So that means it's 10 points to 5. And mistakes were made.
Yeah.
All you had to do with that, guys.
I feel really stupid. I could have just movement phased and got supremacy.
Yeah.
Which would have got me another 1, but still.
You have to put them back again and get supremacy next turn, I'm afraid. So it's 10 points to 5. And we have blood and oil being spilt in the right, the left, all over this battle grid. It seems like there's going to be a mountain to climb for the Penitent Forge. So let's go on to Admech. Turn 3. And here are the orders for the Imperium. We can no longer defend Objective 2, even though they keep telling us to for turn after turn. Will of the Omnissiah, get a point if you randomly determine your canticle, which I did. So there's a free point. And secure Objective 3. Right, here we are after my movement phase. The unit of Rangers that heroically defended Objective 5 have pulled back, still within rapid fire range, to put down some shots into these bloodletters down here. I can't have them rampaging through my inventory. And the unit that were going this way around the mountain came back round this way around the mountain. 18-inch range on radium carbines. I am in range, so I can reach out and touch this unit of bloodletters with 2 units of infantry there. Hopefully thin them out quite a bit. And the Warglaive that was in combat only moves 7 now, he's so injured, and he's hopped round onto that objective, because I am aware that Liam's still got supremacy in his hand, so he has to kill that Armiger, breaking him out of close combat, which means I can put melter rounds into this Mauler Fiend before I go charging in, and hopefully kill it. So I'm going to get a point for randomly determining my canticle. I'm also going to get a point for securing Objective 3, which is in this chaotic shrine, these ruins, right in the middle of the table, and be able to put some rounds down into that character over there as well. So on this side of the battle grid, it's looking okay. Down in the corner where I started off with, not so much. The Dune Crawler moving up, as well as the Tech Priest Dominus moving over. I've healed 3 wounds onto the Dune Crawler. And I need to just kill, this is the injured one. I think he's got 7 wounds left because he's been healing. And the other Dune Crawler broke free and out of combat, because otherwise he's going to slaughter it in my turn. And then come charging down here and towards the other Onager in his turn. He's going to need to stay in the very corner to kill it. He can't leave that there on his own, firing and firing and firing. It will hurt his infantry. So that's hopefully the Khorne Berserkers tied up in this corner for the rest of the game. Well, once they've killed it, they should be too far away to be influential. However, they would have shut down that Onager Dune Crawler for a couple of turns. So let's go on to the shooting phase and shoot some guns. Starting off with this Onager Dune Crawler, firing in D3 shots at this injured one here. And that's 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Now he did move, but it's a heavy gun, but I can move and fire heavy guns as though stationary with a crawler rule. So hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s, so I rolled 2 2s. See, my dice rolling is either really good or really bad. I'm wounding on a 3. And that wounds, you need your 5-up invulnerable save on your demon, sir. No, D6 damage for 4 damage. And then let's do the stubbers. Stubbers did nothing. Now firing the eradication array from my warlord. Heavy D3 shots, that's 1 shot. Hitting on a 3, because it's a heavy. Strength 6, so I need a 5. Doesn't do anything. And it's down to 3 wounds. I really wanted to chip that last wound off of him to make him really injured, but he's not really injured. So now let's go over to this unit of Vanguard here next to Objective 5, as well as the Rangers, and put lots and lots of shots into these demons. The radium carbines from the Vanguard hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s because of mechanical. That was 12 hits with the rerolls. Strength 3 versus Toughness 3, wounding on 4s. 5 demonic saves of 5 plus. And I killed 3 of them. Now let's go on to the 4 of them. Okay, let's go on to the Rangers. The Rangers hit on 3s and reroll 1s. With the reroll, everything hit. Strength 4, Toughness 3, wounding on 3s. 11 wounds, many wounds. 5 up saves. And they're dead. They're dead. Phew, I can't have demons rampaging through my back passage. Killed another 7 there. That's good. So we're going to go over here to the Armiger Warglaive. So firing this one down in at the Forge Fiend, Mauler Fiend, with that's the Melter. And then D3 shots with the Thermal Spear for 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of my household tradition. That was 2 1s, look.
It's a decent tradition, isn't it?
Okay, so everything hits this time. It's Strength 8, Toughness 7, so I need 3s to wound. It's pretty good, yeah. 3s to wound. No. 1 demon save, which you fail. And at this range, it's 2d6, pick the highest, for 5 damage. How many do they start off with? More 12. So it's down to 7 left. And that, I know I've got these guys as well. Let's fire the guys in the ruins down at this sorcerer. I like saying sorcerer because you're calling that really annoys you.
It really annoys me. I get really angry.
He's an exalted sorcerer, right?
I get all outraged. He's an exalted champion.
Okay. Let's do the 2. Let's do it off. I'm not going to hurt him. We did it off camera, and then I stripped 3 wounds off of him, so he's got 1 wound left. The trick is not to turn the camera on. So he's on 1 wound left at HQ. That's the end of my shooting phase. Deleted a unit of demons. I really wanted to delete one of these Mauler Fiends, but have failed to do so in the shooting phase. So instead, let's try and do it in the charge phase. Armiger, charging the Mauler Fiend. Using the strike attack, I'm hitting on 3s with 4 attacks. Only get 2 hits. There's a strength 12 versus toughness 7. So 3s to wound. No wounds. I don't get any wounds in. Sad Panda. And then you hit back with your fists, hitting on 4s this time. No Demon Forge. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. No wounds back either. And now you've got your Lasher Tendrils things. Hitting on 4s with all the lashes thingy bobs. Are they called Lasher Tendrils?
Lasher Tendrils, right,
okay,
yeah. And 4 hits.
No wounds. So we do no wounds to each other in close combat.
We're just cuddling.
We're not cuddling. I'm hitting you with my big sword. Now, at the end of that turn, I have secured Objective 3, as well as a point for the Will of the Omnissiah. So that's 10 points to 7 in favour of the power of Khorne, in favour of Khorne. I'm dropping Defend Objective 2. I've tried to do it for the last 3 turns. It isn't happening. So at least I'll get a full free draw next turn. Hopefully get a few decent orders from High Command and be able to pull back this lead that the Chaos Space Marines have. Right now, they're still in the lead at 10 points to 7. Let's go on to Khorne, turn 4. Here are the orders for the Eternal Slaughter. Hold the line, have 3 of his units back there and none of mine. Now that's going to be really hard to do. Supremacy, get any 3 objectives for D3 points. That's going to be really hard to do as well because of where I've placed my models on purpose. And behind enemy lines, get at least 1 unit in my deployment zone. Well, he's already done that, so at least he's behind enemy lines. So after the movement phase, the Mauler Fiend battling the Armitured Warglaives is still locked up in close combat, and the Exalted Champion has pulled back into cover there. This is a fight for the ages, perhaps. And then we looked across the battle grid and it's discovered that you can get Supremacy. You're on this objective here with a Rhino, you're within 3. That Mauler Fiend, there was a objective malfunction last turn.
It might have been stuck under his base.
Might have been stuck under his base, so we've put the objective back where it was. And that Mauler Fiend, which you were thinking about advancing around over there, when you lifted it up, we found the objective and put it back again. So he's on that objective. So that's 2 objectives. And then this chap is on the 3 objectives. Yeah, so that's D3 points and behind enemy lines.
Yes, we've got the Exalted Champion there.
Yes.
To hold that one. The Warlord's pushed on to try and have a Warlord and Warlord
fight.
Action. You know what they're going to do, and you probably can guess what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's on 4 wounds left now with Infernal Regeneration, that Mauler Fiend. Trying to shut down these Dune Crawlers from fighting. The Corn Berserker's going up in the corner to kill that last Onager Dunecrawler up there as well. I'm sorry about that, but the cat is ringing his bell and having a bath.
It was a tough choice here.
Why?
Because I could have advanced him to here.
Yeah.
And then there's enough chance that you could kill him in Overwatch, possibly.
Yeah.
And then I could have had another chance at charging and tying him up. Because if I don't tie him up, I could be in trouble.
Yeah.
But the D3 points is just worth so much more.
At 10 points to 7 in turn 4, you need as many points as you can get.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the shooting phase, which will be over really quickly. Pistol fired at the Warlord didn't do anything. He's got a melter though. He is on 2s, right? Or is it 3s? And he misses.
Yeah, he does miss.
And I think that's your shooting phase done.
He has a pistol, thank you.
This one?
Yes.
He's
going
going
to fire at these troops here.
Okay.
And he's going to hit on a... No, he doesn't hit. No, they're not designed to shoot this army. You can probably tell. But we do have a combi bolter.
Okay.
In the troops. Hitting on one of them and wounding on that.
And that wounds. And that saves because I'm entirely in a cover piece. So you fired 4 guns and didn't do any damage. So where do you want to start charge? Are we going to do some Overwatch, right?
So we're going to charge you there.
Yes.
He's going to charge you there.
Yes.
And he's going to charge you there.
Who's eating the Overwatch from this Dunecrawler?
Well, he's only charging him.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to eat Overwatch from him, he's going to eat Overwatch from him, and they're going to eat Overwatch from him.
Okay, let's roll off camera. If all of a sudden I get some 6s, we'll turn the camera on. The Corn Berserkers smash the Onager Dunecrawler and tear it down. Does it blow up? No, it doesn't. And then they consolidate towards the closest enemy unit. Now, which one are we doing, sir?
Mauler Fiend. He's wounded. So he has 3 attacks now.
Okay.
Hitting on 4s.
He always hits on 4s, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Nice.
He's now only strength 10 rather than 12.
Toughness 7.
Oh no!
Doesn't wound.
So we have still the 6 Lasher Tendrils. They still hit on 4s.
Okay.
But
2
they
hits.
now only strength 5, but still win on 5s. So nothing, he survives. But he can't fire, which is the important thing.
Then we have another charging model, which is your Warlord. Smacking my dominance.
Hits on 2s.
No death to the Force Emperor there.
I wanted that.
Strength.
The strength is +3 from the Black Mace, so strength 7.
Okay, toughness 4.
And he's within range of the Exalted Champion on purpose.
Okay.
There we go.
So they all get through at AP minus.
AP -2 and no mortal wounds.
AP -2.
Yeah.
So I have a 2-up save, which turns into a 4-up save. My Dominus lives.
That's 2 damage each. Oh,
That's all the charging units done.
Yeah.
So now we're over here to this Mauler Fiend versus my Armiger Warglaive. He's still hitting with 4 attacks on 4s. 1 hit. He's going to wound on a 3. And he wounded a 3. No! Alright, back to normal again. The annoying thing is, there's all the stones on the floor we're going to be stepping on for the next hour. 3's to wound.
Yes.
It wounds.
AP -3.
Okay, I need a 6. No, it does 3 damage.
Yes, it does.
I've got 9 left. Because that one is uninjured. 4s with the lash tendons.
Did they let
2
me down?
hits.
They're tired.
And 1 wound.
I get to reroll for the Exalted Champion.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, it doesn't make any difference.
1 wound, AP -2, you
yeah,
say?
5 up.
Which I
2 more
failed.
damage.
2 more damage. So he took 5 in total. So his profile is not nerfed. 7 wounds left. Now the Armiger gets to strike back. 3s. Only 2 hits. And 3s. 1 wound. AP -3. 3 damage. So 1 5-up invulnerable save. Which is on the 2. Which no. It's down to 5 wounds left. From that side of the battle grid over to this side of the battle grid. I think I should just mention at this point the countercolours of the Omnissiah that are in effect this turn. I've got +1 strength and reroll hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase. Now the Patatooth Cog is +2 strength, which gets my strength up to 6. +1 strength is strength 7, so not enough to wound you on 2s. But it is a damage 3 weapon. So I just need a couple of these to sneak through. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. I'm wounding on 3, strength 7 versus toughness 4. 1 wound. -2, 3 damage.
A 4-up Sigil of Corruption.
Yes. Which you fail.
I'm on 1 wound remaining.
1 wound left. So as the Warlords battle it out, my Tech Priest Dominus is winning that fight. Yours is injured. And I have a pistol, and I may pistol you next turn. And your Dune Crawler, not your Dune Crawler, my Dune Crawler took no damage to your Mauler Fiend, so I like that. However, you have got behind enemy lines and D3 points for supremacy, so it was 10 points to 7. It's now 11 points to 7 plus D3, sir. Good luck. That's a big 3 again. It is 14 points to 7 as we go on to Admech, turn 4. I'm 7 points behind, but here are some very interesting and very, very tough orders. Secure 4, I'm on 4. Kingslayer, now his Warlord's on 1 wound left. If I kill him, I'll get a point for Slay the Warlord and D3 points for Kingslayer. Overwhelming Firepower, shoot something to death, and if I shoot 3 things to death, D3 points. Now that's going to be tough too. But with the will of the Omnissiah on my side, I might be able to drag myself back into this fight. Here we are after the movement phase. Lots of thinking, lots of moving. This knight fell back out of combat, and which allowed my Tech Priest engines here to advance. Now, if I was going to get a low roll, I would keep the knight on objective 4. There's a point, but I got a high roll. I got a 5 or 6 or something, so he was able to run all the way around and secure objective 4, which meant the knight could come forward and charge that thing. And at the end of the movement phase, I heal D3 wounds on a Questor Mechanicus model. So let's do that now. For 3 wounds. He's back up to 6 wounds. And now I need to kill a bunch of stuff in the shooting phase. Now this one fell out of combat, so he can't shoot. But this one can. And we can see the rangers here have lined up through a firing squad. Because if you get down through line of sight, there's gaps in the trees there. And I can see this guy on 1 wound left. More importantly, the unit or Vanguard who are on this objective in the ruin in the middle, they can definitely see him and throw round after round after round into him. So hopefully with some melted goodness on this demon and with some small arms into that, that will be 2 units dead. Now to kill a third thing with overwhelming firepower, that's a bit trickier. Over here, well, first he needs to heal D3 wounds on him for 2 wounds, so he goes from 9 wounds back up to 11. There was no point in pulling him out of close combat at the end of this. I kept him in close combat, otherwise he'll be free to rampage off and probably kill my Warlord. I think this fight is going to go on for a while. I have a 5 up and vulnerable save. You've got a 5 up and vulnerable save. I'm quite happy to stay there for now. So my Warlord is ducking under the swings from the Black Mace while connected to this Dune Crawler with the Noosphere, downloading protocols which allow it to heal up its targeting reticles, heal itself. And now I need to kill the king. Kill this Warlord here. So let's go on to the shooting phase. Now my Dominus has a macro stubber, which is a pistol, 5 shots. It's basically like a shotgun or an Uzi. And it's a pistol, so I can use it in close combat. And I'm hitting on 2s. And I'm re-rolling 1s with my canticle. So 2s to hit. Everything hits. Now this is the tricky part. It's strength 4 versus toughness 4. However, you only have 1 wound left. 1 wound. Can you fail 1 3-up save, please, Liam?
I'm actually mildly nervous.
1 3-up. No command points left. You roll a 2. You rolled a 2. That is Slay the Warlord. That is Kingslayer. His head is literally in his hands.
I can't believe.
Glory to glory. I think my Tech Priest Dominus just earned himself a name. He's taken out the Warlord of the Eternal Slaughter, taken out a Dark Apostle, ducking under his swings and smacking him, or shooting him to death while he was bleeding. So any suggestions for a name for this guy, please post below. That makes me happy, because that's a point for Slay the Warlord. That's a point, D3 points for Kingslayer. Now I need another D3 points for killing 3 things. So let's fire all of these rounds into that guy there. The arc pistol is in range. These 2 rapid fire arc rifles are in range. So that's 5 shots, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling those 2 1s. And arc weaponry is strength 6, so I need 3s to wound. For 1 wound at AP -1. Please fail to save again.
2 up for being in cover, so 3 up.
You roll a 2.
Oh, God.
I couldn't write it. He has gone. I still had the radium rounds to go in, but he has gone. Interesting. So now I just need to kill a third thing. So let's pump all these shots from the Rangers into that demon engine. 14 shots. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. That was 12 hits. I need 5s to wound. But 6s are AP -2, -1, and there's 2 6s. 2 6s and 3 normal saves, sir. So 3 normal.
Lose 1.
Lose 1. 2 at -1.
Lose both.
You lose 3. How many has he got left?
2 now.
2 left. Now the melter fire from that knight who got healed up, that armiger. Because the armiger's on 6 wounds, he's hitting on 4s. Let's do the normal melt gun. And it misses. D3 shots with the thermal spear for 1 shot. Hitting on a 4. Re-rolling 1s. Oh, finally. Just rolling 1s and 1s and 2s. I get 1 hit in. Now I need a wound. Now I need a 3. A wound. Now you need a 5 up demon save.
No!
Fail. How many wounds has he got left?
2!
2 wounds
And
left.
you get 2d6.
2d6. Pick the highest. Die, demon, die. He falls. Don't blow up. Don't blow up. Don't blow up.
No.
No explosions. And that's 3 things, miraculously, in the shooting phase.
That's good arrows.
Then after those shots rang out across the battlefield, we did the Mauler Fiend versus the Onager Dunecrawler and vice versa. The Onager not injuring that Mauler Fiend at all, but that Mauler Fiend stripping that Dunecrawler all the way down to 4 wounds remaining, just 4. That was pretty brutal. And that's the only fight this turn. That's the only fight this phase. Now, it was 14 points to 7. I was 7 points behind, 50% behind, half of your score. But I've got objective 4. So it's 14 points to 8. I've got Kingslayer.
For D3.
14, well, Slay the Warlord, so 14 points to 9.
Yes.
And then D3 points for Kingslayer and D3 points for Overwhelming Firepower. 14 points to 9, plus 2 D3. The Emperor protects. That's 5 points, which means it's 14 points each. It could not be closer as we head into turn 5. Here are the orders for the Eternal Slaughter. Enough blood has been spilt on this battle grid. Now they just want to take ground. Secure 3, defend 2, and defend 6. Of course, Liam discarded the hold the line order last turn because he couldn't do that. And interestingly enough, the Admech control this side of the table. The Eternal Slaughter control the other side of the table. There's objective 3, which you cannot secure. But there's objective 2. And there's objective 6, which this Mauler Fiend has advanced round to help secure it, because if I come charging down towards it, then I'll have a Mauler Fiend to deal with. So if I don't take you off one of these objectives by the end of turn 5, you're going to get 4 points. Let's not forget as well, your line breaking, and this unit of Khorne Berserkers are charging down towards my Warlord. Now, hasn't got a name yet. If he manages to survive this charge from 5 Khorne Berserkers as well, he will definitely be getting a name. And you'll definitely be line breaking. So let's go on to the shooting phase. If you've got any guns left anywhere...
I've got 1 pistol.
Okay.
I think it's poignant that they want me to take the Chaos Shrine from you, that your
number 3.
That your Mechanicum uncovered in the first instance, and the whole reason why we're fighting this good fight.
Yes.
But it's not going to happen.
No, if you're going to turn 7, you might better get out.
I have 1 pistol.
But for now, you're too busy making blood and oils flow. Okay, pistol.
We don't shoot.
Okay, don't shoot. Right, now we're going to charge.
There's 1 charge to do.
Is there?
Yeah, he's going to stay there to defend it.
Ah, right,
he
yeah,
can't charge anything.
Yeah.
He's defending, and he's already in combat, so it's 1 charge.
1 charge. Eradication array, number of shots for 2 shots, hitting on 6s. I really needed that to happen. And it would be re-rolling 1s. No, actually, I don't know what my canticle is. So let's find out what the first dice is. That's a 3. Let's re-roll that. That's a 2. And the second one is a 1. 2 and a 1. That's Incantation of the Iron Soul, which is re-roll morale. This one is Litanies of the Electromancer, which will do a mortal wound to that one, a 6. No.
Okay.
So I'm re-rolling morale. Now you need a charge. If you get Snake Eyes, you fail. A 3, you're 4 inches away, though.
We're in.
That's in.
Even with that one.
We are in. Look at him measure them carefully up there.
I just need to kill you now. Right.
Right.
Berserker time.
Yes, they get to fight twice. I can't interrupt, so you might as well do all their attacks at the same time. Big pocket full of dice there.
He's within 6.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay, it's not chess.
Power Fist hits on 4s.
Yes. because this would be
That's
hitting twice.
not very good.
1 hit.
Wounds on
2.
2s now.
And I don't know what that is. That's a wound. That's a wound. AP
AP
minus
minus
3. I need a 5 up. I don't make it.
D3 damage.
For 2 damage. I have 3 wounds left. These are the chainswords, so we're doing 8 attacks because we're doing it twice. 4 chainswords times 2 because you're hitting and hitting again.
Oh no.
And
Wounding.
5 toughness, 4, 3 to wound. And with the reroll, right?
Yeah. No AP negative.
Okay.
4 2-ups.
4 2-up saves. I make them all. And now we've got all the attacks with the power axes. So they've got 3 attacks each, right?
Yeah, with the chain axe.
And doing it twice.
That's twice. Oh, I should probably just roll it all in one go.
Yeah, like you've been doing with all the other attacks.
Yeah, I don't know why I just didn't get all the right dice. Too many dice.
Is that all of the chain? And these are all AP minus 1. I'm not scared. The Omnisar walks with me. I'm a little bit scared. That's a crazy number of attacks.
Deaths to the false emperors.
Oh, yes. That was a good time to remember. How many 6s?
5, 6.
Is that 9 6s?
Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you have enough
6,
dice?
7, 8, 9. I have lots of Moarhammer dice.
Okay.
Hit on 3s. These are the additionals.
Moarhammer is a YouTube channel, which, in case you don't know, Liam does battle reports as well. And I've been in one of them. I like your channel. I'm your biggest fan.
You are.
Right, so you're strength 6 because you charge in, and so 3s to wound.
With rerolls.
I am scared. That 9 Death of the False Emperors could be the kicker.
Wow. All of them.
My.
You just want these,
and these are 8, yeah, and these are all AP minus 1, right?
Yeah.
So I've got 3 wounds left to get through. Here's a 2-up save. Will your dice betray me? There's a 1, 1, 1, 1. There's a lot of 1s. He's dead. He's dead multiple times over, and that is Slay the Warlord. And then the Maw the Fiend took down that Onager Dunecrawler. Now that's a point for Slay the Warlord, so it's 15 points to 14. You're going to get your points for defending and your defending unless I can shove you off of them. So 15 points to 14. It could be 19 points to 14 unless I do something about that. And it's all going to depend, all going to come down to what orders I manage to pull out. So let's go into Admech turn 5. Here are the orders for the Penitent Forge. High Command want me to take this Chaos Shrine. Area denial, make sure that there's no enemy units within 12 inches of the centre. For D3 points, I've got that. Defend Objective 3 is the Chaos Shrine, but I need it to go to turn 6. And no prisoners, just kill something. Here we are after my movement phase. Liam's got 1 point in the lead and he's line breaking, so I move this armature down here, so I'm line breaking as well. And I've started to defend Objective 3, which is right there. But I can't claim that until the end of Liam's turn, which will be in turn 6, so I needed to go to turn 6 to get those 2 points. But there are no enemy units within 12 inches of the centre, so I will get D3 points. But Liam's going to get 4 points for defending those 2. So I need to take out this Rhino. He has to hug right against that centre of that terrain piece to get within 3 inches of the centre of that objective marker. This thing isn't. Just take out the Rhino. Nice and simple, huh? Over here, I think we made a mistake earlier on. I put D3 wounds back on this armature, but the Tech Priest can only put 1 wound a turn back on him. I figured that out when I tried to put another couple of wounds on him this turn. So he went from 3 to a 4, which is the bracket he should have been on, and now he's gone from 4 to a 5. Basically, the bracket that he was shooting on is the same. The bracket that he's on is the same, so it had no gameplay mechanic, but I caught it now because I nearly started thinking to shoot him on 3s rather than 4s. This one will be hitting on 4s. This one will be hitting on 3s. And apart from that, I've got very little left. So let's kill the Rhino. So let's shoot down and blow this thing up. I think if I take it out, it's going to be a very close game. If it goes to 6, I just don't know. So number of shots with the Thermal Spear, 2. I'm hitting on 4s. I'm not re-rolling 1s because it's not the closest enemy unit. And they both miss. Okay, the Thermal Spear from the second one. D3 shots into the Rhino. For 2 shots. Hitting on 3s this one. And they miss. Then the squad of Vanguard in the middle of the table fired down at the Rhino. Took 2 wounds off of it. with the arc weaponry there. So that was nice. And that's the end of my face. That's the end of everything. It's 15 points to 14. I get D3 points for area denial for 2 points, making it 15 points to 16 in favour of the Admech. But you get 2 points for defending that one, 2 points for defending that one, making it 19 points to 16. Plus Linebreaker 20 points to 16, plus Linebreaker 20 points to 17. Basically, because you're defending those two objectives, you're currently 3 points in the lead. Now, if we go to turn 6, I'm automatically going to get 2, because your vehicles can't clamber up there. And then it's anyone's game. But right now, you're winning by 3 points. Do you want to roll up? You went first. The person who went first rolls up.
The most important one of the game.
1 or 2 to win the game. It's a win for the Eternal Slaughterer. This is the way the world ends. Phew. So, Liam, what happened there? I made a massive comeback at the end and nearly stole it from you. But for some reason, all these melter fires couldn't do anything to that Rhino, and the game ended and the Eternal Slaughter won. Well done.
I'm glad I bought a change of underwear.
You know, this is the thing about Melter and Thermal Spears, because it's D3 shots, like in the first turn, and the same with neutron lasers. That random element cracked open that Rhino, no problem whatsoever. But some turns they were doing nothing, other turns they were just melting through stuff. It feels very orky. Either the shots bounce and don't do anything, or the shots just destroy. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the case with most of these random number of weapons, though. I mean, that's one of the reasons why the Mauler Fiends became so good when the Codex came out, because they went from D6 attacks to 6 flat. So it definitely makes them more beneficial. And for a Dune Crawler with D6 shots or D3 shots, I'd rather just have 2. Personally, I'd just have 2.
Yeah.
If I had a choice.
Yes.
Because it's a consistent output. I've always said this before about D6 and D3 damage weaponry and stuff. I'd rather just have a flat 3 damage weapon than D6, because at least you know what you're going to get if it gets through.
Right.
But it was times, especially early on, when you ripped that Rhino wide open and slaughtered all the Marines inside.
I know.
And then when you pulled down that Bloodthirster, I went, oh no.
I know. But then I also came charging in with my 2 robots and did 3 wounds to your Mauler Fiend, and it killed my robots. It just turned around and slapped them. I think it was this one here, this one that's on 4 wounds left. Yeah. He withstood the charge from some robots and some neutron lasers and blah blah blah, and eventually came to my line and just nommed his way through my neutron lasers through my Dune Crawlers.
The thing is with Mordors, right, is they're tough-ish and they've got an invulnerable save and they get wounds back, so you've got to deal with them. But Berserkers do more damage, but they're squishy and they die really fast.
They are squishy and die really fast, but your list is the right kind of list. If you're going to run this kind of list, then you should run with everything assaulting. You've only got 6 guns, right?
Yeah.
So you've got the Mauler Fiends pushing forward being really assaulty. You've got the Demon coming forward being really assaulty. You've got the Core Berserkers coming forward being really assaulty. You might be able to deal with, even if you've got a really good, strong gunline list, you might be able to deal with 2, 3, 4 of those units as they come in. And then the rest hit you like a wave. So if you're going up against a very assaulting army, you should also try and split your castle in 2, which is what I tried to do. Put some on that side, and then some up on this side, and random stuff in the middle. So I didn't just get overwhelmed, do you know what I mean, by one complete.
Yeah. So I'm looking at taking this army to no retreat.
Yep.
But instead of taking the demons, I'll take another Rhino full of berserkers, and I've got James from Blazing Brush Studio putting us up a Helldrake as well to add to the list. Just for that 30-inch first turn charge, tie something up that shoots.
Yes,
so
I know what you
being
mean.
able to charge a Dune Crawler in the first turn, stopping him from shooting.
A Helldrake on his own, not so good. But in this army, with everything coming straight at you, stopping something, stopping a Layman Rust, stopping a Land Raider from shooting in turn 1, would be very good. Would complement the list very well.
Yeah, but
was that your idea?
Yes, and the other thing is with the Rhinos, so there'll be 4 Rhinos, 3 Maulers, like you saw in this game. The idea is first turn, we advance everything and pop smoke. Yeah. And people go, what do you mean you've not shot at me or you're charging me at all?
It took me by surprise.
Yeah, but then you have to deal with everything. So. I love playing these. I think they're great fun.
They are fun to play. It's like my High Fleet Kraken list when I don't bring very much shooty or 0 shooty and just go charge. It's I can see why all players have been having so much fun all these years, because they just go charge. I think what helped as well was the terrain. Even though you didn't have much shooting, it made you think about which way to deploy and which way to go. I like the shift away from these guys. You left a portion of your army protect this flank, and protect this flank well they did.
Yeah.
One unit of Khorne Berserkers and one Mauler Fiend did very well here. Otherwise, these armigers would have been all the way around and been nibbling your back passage by turn 3 or turn 4, and you don't want some armigers nibbling your back passage.
Anything nibbling my back passage,
No.
I can help it.
Yeah.
The thing is with this force, with no psychic phase, no shooting phase, all your tactics are move based.
Move.
Everything is move based, and what order you charge in.
Yeah. So
key.
you win or lose in the movement phase of your list,
Pretty
essentially.
much.
And you've got to learn the charge phase. You've got to get the charge phase down. All that charging weirdly stuff, all that free movement stuff. And if you want some videos on those kind of tactics, you can go and see Winter's top tips on deploymentzone.tv.
And they're good.
And so
They're really popular.
They're strangely popular.
Really popular.
It's, yeah.
Gives me a complex.
See, in the middle of filming battle reports, I forget half of my own tips. Because I'm filming and talking and thinking, and I've only got 2 brain cells and I often get confused. But in the quiet darkness of my own room, I can remember all the tips. And when I'm not filming, which does happen about 1 in 10 fights, well, these days about 1 in 20 fights, I seem to be a bit of a better player. Anyway, time for some shit. So well done in your victory. Well done. I think that was a very close game. To the end, if it had gone to turn 6, then I'd have got that one. You were too far away. If you'd have pulled any cards to core objectives up here, or shoot something to death, you'd have really struggled. I think if it had gone to turn 6 or turn 7,
yeah,
I could have probably had that, because these guys here are getting hit at by the armigers.
Maybe would have got a charge in with him before you get to shoot. Maybe it's quite a long distance. 10 is about here.
They're
isn't
good
it?
as well. Moving 10.
Yeah,
They're good.
So yeah, it would have been interesting. Either that, or what I would have done is just cowardly run away, depending on the cards, which doesn't really fit what this slot do.
No, they are definitely not cowards. I'm not sure if that Tech Priest Dominus deserves to. Yeah, he got run down by.
He killed a Dark Apostle.
Yeah,
I think
in close combat.
In close combat after taking the charge. I think he probably deserves it.
He didn't kill him with his axe though. He pulled out his Uzi and sprayed him with bullets.
He severely mortally wounded him with his axe and then finished him off with his Uzi.
Cool, awesome stuff. Right, shout outs. The table from GameMap.eu. This epically painted. He did it in Black Legion colours in case you want to add stuff that isn't Khorne Berserker-esque to it and field it as Black Legion rather than World Eaters. But this awesome World Eater army from Blazing Brush Studio, get in contact with them. Clearly the guy's talented.
He has a website and a Facebook page, and he's done Alpha Legion conversions and all kinds of stuff. Check out his Facebook page, check out his website.
Yeah.
I can give you the link if you want to drop it in your description.
I don't even remember to put the element link in the description.
He does lots of custom stuff for people.
Every now and then people message me and say, hey, where's the link to element? I don't know.
And he gets to paint an army in like a month.
Yeah. So we got that. The game map we talked about. Thanks to Element for the sponsorship. Thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to Liam's patrons. And thank you to everyone who watches deploymentzone.tv. If you're interested in joining us in the Deployment Zone, I encourage you to do so. Thanks for listening. Happy wargaming.